Alright. Session 24, I think. Yeah, I think it's 24 now. Yes, yawn. Exactly my thought pattern, Eragon. I'm a little low power mode today, but I think we'll be okay. Gosh, I was up shiny hunting and finally got shiny Zizune, so at least it was worth it.
You're gonna sleep tonight, right?
Yeah.
No, he's gonna sleep tomorrow morning.
No.
And
No, not really. Also, we already have new art, so let me just...
Do I have what?
Off tomorrow.
What?
He does not have off tomorrow.
Once more without the lag would be fantastic, but no, I am not off tomorrow.
Actually, he wasn't lagging.
Yes, he was.
No, I heard
Really?
him fine.
Hmm.
Also, I don't know what this picture means.
Well,
Oh, right, I
I
remember.
The makeup.
I remember he's covering what happened last session, right?
No. Mostly because I was hoping Eragon would be able to rest because Black Friday retail sucks.
Oh, don't even get me started. I was very close to throttling somebody. And this is me we're talking about.
We only had one cashier at my store.
Fucking hell. Is the cashier still alive?
Yeah.
Did he get trampled?
Also, this
Oh,
is pretty cute, Kavix. Good work on this.
Oh, that's cute.
My head is about 50% aura danglies.
Yeah,
That's
sounds about
fine.
right.
Hey. I love how Karserus' Jolteon color is just a complete enigma and it's never gotten right.
That's fine.
Remember, he's radioactive.
Well, apparently nobody's actually looked at my gallery, which may be a good thing.
Oh. Oh, and even the DMs in.
Yep.
Yep.
So
Actually, you
to
got
recap
everybody.
what- Yeah, everybody's in there, including Prince Zeal and Blizzard.
I'm trying not to think about what happens when he comes back, aside from a headache.
Eventually, I'm going to look back in the videos and figure out if Prince Zeal is actually here or not. But
I
He
don't
wasn't
actually...
in the videos
I'm
either.
kind of unsure myself at this point.
Prince Zeal, he is a Schrodinger Litleo.
Oh god, he's either dead or he's not.
No, he's both.
No.
That's how Schrodinger works.
Let's not
Whatever.
get into quantum mechanics. My mind can't work that hard tonight.
I know the feeling. Alright, let's recap, though.
So last time was a slightly shorter session. This one may be also a slightly shorter session, but that's fine. Last time we finally moved on to day 2. Yay! And mostly got through day 2 instead of spending 2 whole sessions on it. Hopefully we'll get to move through day 3 to day 2. So y'all got up in the morning and Ralph decided as soon as he heard that there was a coupon for the first place for an all-you-can-eat buffet restaurant that opened up recently, he decided he was going to sign up for the volleyball tournament. And then Riley signed himself and Lizard up for the volleyball tournament as well. I forget if Riley intended on doing it in the first place or if he did it to spite Ralph.
I did it because Lizard asked.
Oh yeah. Because neither reason, but because Lizard was adorable and asked and wanted to do a thing.
Yeah.
And because I believe it was actually Tubby who pointed out, isn't volleyball normally done in pairs? And it's like, oh yeah. So I gave Ralph a Hariyama. And despite having Hariyama, both Ralph and Hariyama were just a little too slow to make it to the finals. Unfortunately.
Laughs and money.
You didn't make it to the finals either, Bozo.
Yeah, but I could win money, didn't I?
You won second place with Lizard, and because Lizard has no real concept of keeping money, Lizard gave you their portion of money.
Also,
Yeah,
I think Kyrio definitively pointed out... I trust Kyrio. He'd probably knows what he's talking about. So I think we have affirmation. Oh wait, you're joking. I mean, it sounded pretty logical, given it's Zeal we're talking about here. Fritz Zeal.
I mean, let's be fair. Pangoro probably isn't going to openly acknowledge Zeal as part of Team Cheer for your own sake right now.
Kind of
now.
unofficial
Mostly
carry-on.
because you guys can't take responsibility for him, and it's supposed to be kind of a vacation, as much as he wishes it was a vacation for himself. But yes, Tucker didn't stick around for the tournament. Instead, Tucker decided to go to work at Cafe V.
First proper day.
Yes. Tucker made a lot of money. I believe we gave you your money.
Did I take
Yes,
Ralph's
you
money? I never actually checked that.
I believe you did. Because you have 300 monies right there.
It looks like Ralph's poor, so I know Ralph doesn't definitely spit something. Oh yeah, I do. Look at that.
Ralph spent a lot of money. Money that is now belonged to Tucker.
Yes, we can recap that bit too.
So yeah, when Ralph and Hariyama lost, they decided they were hungry because they thought they were going to win the all-you-can-eat coupon. And I believe it was Ralph that took Hariyama to Cafe V, because Ralph had already been to Glowingwood. By the way, Ralph does not have his alcohol, I believe.
Yeah, it's mine now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Or is it in your inventory?
It's
yes,
mine.
it is.
I
It's
took
in
it
Riley's
because he was trying to
inventory.
get Liz to drink, so I took it. You responsible bastard.
Oh. So mean. Not totally irresponsible. Lizard's probably drinking age.
Not Lizard. Ralph.
My statement stands.
We don't even know what gender Lizard is. We don't know how old they are.
Yes.
I know exactly how old Lizard is.
Well,
just
you know,
Lizard
doesn't
is
mean we
ambiguous.
He could be 87 for all we know.
I didn't know you were into Pokemon that old, Riley.
Lizard's
I'm gonna throttle you.
Lizard's actually an Eldritch god. He's billions of years old.
Nope, that is Glug Glug the Destroyer, and that is a story for another time.
Lizard
Anyway.
makes Glug Glug his PG-13 stream.
Like I said, it's a story for another time. I will not regale that story during video time.
Right.
So, Ralph takes Hariyama to Cafe V, and they take a table. I have to hesitate there because it's like, well, Hariyama's pretty big. Anyway, so
Room
they
is
get
made.
served by a particularly familiar canine parlor maid.
As this picture here showcases.
Yeah, Tucker wasn't expecting to be noticed or for any of his team to see him at work.
Didn't really expect anyone in particular to show up at the cafe. That, like, possibly somebody from Savanta might, but he didn't think his own team would.
To be fair, most of them Pokemon from Savantown wouldn't bat an eye. They also wouldn't necessarily recognize Tucker right off the bat. Your teammates, however,
Yeah.
yeah, Ralph immediately recognized our poor Puchiana. And proceeded to purchase maid services, as well as food.
Yes.
Yeah. Immediately took advantage of the situation.
Immediately paid extra for the belly rubs option. I think, or was it pets? I can't remember.
Those pets, belly rubs are too expensive.
Belly rubs were too expensive for you. Too rich for your taste.
I couldn't afford them.
Yep.
And then Ralph really gave up the rest of his money. Possibly to tease Tucker. I'm not sure how much of it was just for the act of teasing. It's hard to tell with Ralph. For anyone who forgot, this is Tucker's work outfit.
I know that after about, what was it, an hour or 2 hours, Ralph was... Oh no, we never specified when Ralph left. We just know that Tucker was there the rest of the day. I don't know when Ralph decided to leave.
Ralph would have left pretty soon after his meal, because he's gonna spend the remainder of his day chatting up Mom.
Ah, that's right. Okay.
Chatting up who?
The Mawile.
Oh, okay. Also, just
All right.
friendly reminder, you're cutting your mic off a little early sometimes.
Oh, right. Gotta watch that.
And on the other side of things, Brooke went to the tourney grounds instead of watching the tournament. And
so-
got to
yeah.
meet the owners of the tourney grounds. Well, the current owners anyway. Mr. Torque, Machamp, and Mian Chow. Because I refused to do the voice again. But, very bombastic Machamp and calm Mian Chow basically explained how the tourney grounds worked and how tournaments worked. And Brooke decided it was going to be a good idea to sign up the entire team. And even though Mian Chow asked if the rest of the team was okay with it, Brooke was basically like, yeah, I'm the leader, they have to follow my decision anyway. Which is completely in character.
Also, I feel like it's an appropriate time to mention that tier 2 subs get Tucker mode on Twitch. Just mentioning.
Get the Tucker mode. And after the volleyball tournament, because Riley and Lizard got second place, Riley decided he was going to go to the tourney grounds. So Brooke has had 6 hours to do whatever at the tourney grounds or anywhere else. Well, the leader thing is somewhat true. Brooke is also incapable of seeing any reason why anyone wouldn't want to try it. Yes, by the way, Brooke specifically signed up the team for team matches. He didn't sign up for solo matches separately, and he didn't sign up anyone else for solo matches separately.
Now, when team matches, that means a team of 4, I assume? Or is it... Actually, how
It
many...
was 2 to 5.
2 to 5? Oh,
Yes.
Okay. And
Teams
is anybody
are-
aware? Is anybody aware of what Brooke has done?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so.
Slightly. Because
Well,
Brooke did say that he was going to sign them up for a different kind of tournament before he sauntered off.
Oh,
Which Riley did catch. He was
I don't-
probably the only one, however, who caught that.
probably,
True.
actually.
and the other thing is, Riley also kind of wanted to do the tournament thing because he also does not particularly like one of the champions.
I got a Lucario I got to beat the shit out of. Practice for the future.
Ristar, you pointed out something that I find kind of funny. That what-if situation would be... I think that would just involve 2 Pokemon being nervous at each other.
Let's not have that situation happen.
It sounds really awkward.
I unfortunately do not have chat up at the moment.
What if Lizard went to Cafe V? Man, he might be weirded out by being the one being called Master.
Oh dear, yeah.
Well, we just have 2 very awkward Pokemon.
Concerned Eragon noises.
Squints.
You make the perfect concern noises for this situation, okay?
I mean that noise.
Yes. But yes, Kyrio. I gave you the list of things you're capable of doing. Go ahead and let me know what you would like to do. Because you got 6 hours, which gives you a lot of time before Riley potentially walks in and interrupts whatever you're doing.
Well, I know what I'm gonna be doing. I might interrupt him if what I intend to do is not possible.
Okay, well, while Burke is typing up and or deciding what they want to do, what is Riley gonna do
Right.
as he comes into the tourney grounds
Right, is it like, is there like a clearly labeled training room I could just saunter into?
No.
No.
As you go into the main
Gotta go
lobby,
talk to the front desk.
yes, as you go into the main lobby, there is the registration desk. There are several gladiators milling about, chatting. There's
What Pokemon are they?
Oh my god, the chat.
Hang
right
on.
now.
Sweats and DM.
Riley is Lizard's adoptive father at this rate.
no.
God himself shuts you down.
So many people decided they were going to frickin' do teams.
He's got like a list 1,000 miles long.
So many
Yeah,
tournament
because they
signups.
reopened.
There are just so many. There were so many signups. They never stopped coming either.
Yeah.
I haven't really been looking at them, but I do notice it pinging all the time.
There's a lot. There is a pink Ninetales. There is a Salazzle. There's a Granbull. There is a Stunky.
None of these
There
interest me.
is. Yes, there is a Ditto.
That's a bit
That.
weird.
Yes. The Ditto is wearing a reflective cape.
That's even weirder.
Yes, it is super weird. It's weird and reflective.
Will Lizard, who is tagging along with Riley, reacts weirdly to the Salazzle?
Yeah, Lizard, as soon as they see the Salazzle, starts, like, trying to hide behind Riley so the Salazzle doesn't, like, look at them or see them, even though the Salazzle has, like, no interest in them whatsoever. There's also a Turtwig that's wearing a jet black bandana on its head where the twig is. So I don't know if that was one per person. I think that was one per person.
Well, Salandits and Salazzles are very scent-based, so I'm sure Lizard immediately could tell it's not the one he's most concerned about.
Alright.
Right, well, none of these... This is not the champion I'm looking for, so I'm just gonna scroll up to the front desk.
Question. Is Brooke solo training? Or is he training with another person? Or Pokemon, as the case may be.
Alright, then.
Aww.
Internal screaming.
Aww. A derpy looking Litleo.
Why is he
Rocky's always drawn him derpy.
Okay, I just asked Kyrio because you could just, like, go up to one of the other Pokemon that are training and ask them to spar, and that would be fine. But really, that only nets you perhaps a bonus XP. So it's not necessary. Yeah, well, okay. Yeah, go ahead and sink a point on nature.
an entire dot?
Yes, he already had previous takes.
Oh, okay. I was gonna
Yes.
say, man, this is a good deal.
Nope, he trained for 6 hours straight, doing nothing else.
He was looking at leaves.
Appointed.
No.
Oh, I got appointed.
Not
What's
necessarily.
What's
If
nature
Kyrio
again?
wants to describe what they're doing specifically, they may.
Like, take the handful of leaves, rub it on his face. I feel more at one with me.
Oh, he's making a bestiary. Notable.
What does nature cover again? Is that like instincts and such, right? I mean, it's not instinct, but it's like
nature-
instincts.
Nature generally governs your knowledge of nature in an area,
Okay.
and just being able to work around nature itself.
Okay. So it is like a D&D survival skill then at that point.
Yeah. It's
Botany? I see.
yeah, it's basically the quote-unquote survival skill, whereas alert is the perception skill.
Yeah.
even it's basically the survival under survival.
Yeah. Survival.
Super survival.
What I'm imagining more is Brooke is observing other Pokemon, how they move and work, and maybe like asking some of the other gladiators for pointers, which is helpful.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Chronicles of Riddick. He just goes up to him and just goes, blind spot.
What?
Did you not see that movie
I've
where
not-
he just like walks right up in front of its face, so just stands there in his blind spot and just goes, blind spot.
That sounds really dorky.
But yeah, it does.
Great movie. Would recommend.
Okay.
But yes, Riley and Lizard don't immediately see a training area. Lizard panics for all of like 5 minutes before they realize the Salazzle is not Mistress Salazzle. And as far as you can tell, there's the gladiators, there's some training equipment, side doors that lead to other areas, as well as the stands, doors behind the main registration desk that lead to the stands, and a set of stairs going down.
Right, I
You
want to
can
ask
also
the desk person, hi, what direction to the training section?
Mian Xiao is leaning on the desk. Machamp is posing in the background.
Of course he is.
Yes, of course he is. I'm not doing the voice. He's perma-posing.
His body froze like that. It's
Nope.
like Mom always said.
Just flexing and posing all day long. Shouting Mr. Torque type one-liners. Just head down the stairs on your right and you'll reach the training room. Are you a gladiator?
Probably.
Probably. Mian Xiao just leans their elbow on the desk and rests their head on their weird sleeve hand thing. So are you here to sign up for the tournament, perhaps?
That depends. You seen a Totodile recently?
Oh, you're with him. He already signed you up. Red vest, tooth necklace.
Yep, that's the one.
Downstairs in the training room.
Cheers. I'm gonna take Lizard and I'm gonna go.
Mian Xiao is just sort of gonna stare. Because when you say you take Lizard, I'm assuming you're either picking up Lizard or like dragging them along a little. Which is
I'm just like ushering in the direction, because he's probably still panicking at this point.
hyperventilating Lizard.
So you see, Beers, I could sign up for solos, but they didn't say that was an option. They just said, oh, you're already signed up. So I assume I'm good. I don't know what I'm signed up for, but I'm signed up for something.
You didn't even ask.
Yep. I don't care. It's not why I'm here.
Fair enough. This is also in line with your character. Alright, so you head downstairs, and the quote-unquote basement of the tourney grounds is actually a fairly expansive training area with several sparring rings and a bunch of training equipment that you recognize as vaguely human, quote-unquote, in nature.
Oh, I can actually recognize that. Intriguing.
Well, yeah, like punching bags and jump ropes and shit.
Jump ropes.
And weights.
Jump ropes.
Hey, don't knock it until the spoink kicks you with its spring.
I was really good at jump rope back when I was young.
And then our ligaments died.
And then I got old. I passed 16, it was over.
No, the dreaded ancient age. You see Brooke sort of sitting on a bench off to the side. They've got their hands up, tapping their index claws together as they are intently observing the other gladiators while they train.
Okay, I'll take mental note of him. I want to look around at all the other gladiators to see who's there. Karserus dies inside.
Dead inside. Dead.
I'm hunting for a specific specific dude, or dudette, I suppose. I'm not actually sure.
Okay, what are you looking for?
I'm looking for the fiery chickens.
The
Combustion of
fiery.
Blaziken. I am looking for one of those. Is there one here?
That could be a die roll.
Why do I have to do a luck roll?
No, not a luck roll.
I just gotta roll.
Give me.
I mean, flip a coin is what I'm trying to say.
Oh.
You can't decide, Car. Feels like something to put on luck.
Yeah, just give me insight, survival alert.
Look, I've suffered RNG for over 50 hours. Somebody else could suffer some RNG now.
I've only got 3 dice for this. Okay, it's not bad.
I was gonna say, well, make a roll while I check to see if anybody actually made a Blaziken or Combusken.
So give me a chicken, come on! Grabs entire audience, come on!
Oh goodness.
I wanted one thing from this. Let me have this.
Could be there's one that nobody made. I'm just double checking in case somebody actually made, because audience participation.
Did you like put them all on a separate list, or are you just looking through the channel?
I'm looking through the channel.
Oh no.
Mostly because that's easier.
Control F, type the word Blaziken. That'd be what I do.
Blaziken.
Whatever.
Blaziken.
Blaziken.
That's a Blaziken when they really didn't want to wake up that morning.
Yeah. You know, if there was any Pokemon that could substitute for a turkey, it would be a combustion.
You know, you say that next to combustion, I dare you, you'll die.
I know, I think Umfazet would be a pretty good pick. Being not a fire type, you can actually cook it.
Well, I feel like a combustion would be spicy because it is a fire type.
I mean, probably.
It's nice and plump. It wouldn't be too... I feel like a Blaziken would be too tough, too stringy.
This is a very Ralph conversation we're having.
Oh my god.
KFC, Callus Fried Combusken.
Ah, we're not bringing this back. We are not bringing this back.
That's pretty good.
Anyway. You unfortunately do not see a fire chicken at the moment.
Fucking no.
There are other fire types around.
I have a fire type attached to me at all times. I don't need another fire type specifically.
I'm actually completely perplexed as to why you wanted to come a Blaziken or whatever.
Fire punch.
Oh.
Blaze kick, dummies.
Oh.
Kai, you were the one who told me about this.
Yes,
Did
I
you
did.
forget?
No, I didn't. I didn't say it was going to be there guaranteed.
God damn it.
Also, who says it's training right now?
And we're gonna have to sleep and spend all night training and just wait until he shows up. Ambush him at the door.
I heard you were here. Teach me a thing.
Grabs chicken, teach me blaze kick.
Anyway.
Alright, well, what I'm looking for isn't here. So how much day do I have left?
8 hours, I believe?
Fantastic. I'm going to work on Bone Club for however long it takes me to finish that, and then I'm going to work towards... evasion, I suppose? Wait, no. Can I just do pure strength?
Is going to be harder to train up a main stat, but sure.
So, just as a question, if we say train it up a bit, would that decrease the XP cost if I just wanted to buy it later?
No.
No.
No. Training ticks are different to experience.
Curses.
Yes.
Alright, then we're going back to evasion.
Okay. Do you need the list?
I know where it is.
The list.
Yes, there's 3 particular ways of training you can use the training room for.
I need to find the move one.
So, Brooke, Riley looks like he's going to start training, possibly with Lizard. Is there anything you would like to do now that they have entered? This is after your own training hours. As a side note, you can get side work in the training grounds. It just has a 4-hour minimum. While we figure out what they're all doing, just in case they have interactions. Ralph. Or Tubby, I should say. You decided you were going to go to Mawiles, yes?
I mean,
Yes,
technically Ralph is
indeed.
accurate. I actually forgot this detail that he was going to go there. I mean, I know we recapped it earlier, but I don't remember that from last session.
I believe that was a decision at sort of towards the end.
Well, I've been sitting on wanting to go there. That's where I was going, but then they... Oh wait, the prize is all you can eat, and he stopped mid-stride, turned on one foot.
I mean, it's Ralph, so he was, you know, he sits on a lot of things. Lazy.
I don't know. It takes a lot of energy to sit on a lot of things.
Remember, Lizard was originally chair.
Yeah,
I remember.
Ralph still calls him Care.
Oh, I sort of why Eragon didn't respond to that. He BRB'd. That's fine.
Alright. So, you want to go and do research with Mawile, yes?
Yes, indeed. Perhaps probe, ask a few questions, see if I can't get a few.
How about
Certainly.
Is this going to be a decent scene? I'll change the music if so.
I don't know it's going to be too involved, unfortunately.
Okay, I'll just leave
It
it.
depends on what Ralph wants to ask Mawile.
What do you think, Ralph? Should I change the music?
Probably.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if I can't shake out some deeper bits of lore.
I am back.
Welcome
back.
back. We are going to do a brief Ralph scene. Also, Rourke's thing, so I can read it before I forget. Rourke decides he's learned enough for the day and heads down to chat with Riley and Lizard then. He approaches with his signature grin. Hey Riley, Lizard. You guys gonna train up for the tournament? I signed us up already, so I hope you didn't double book.
Riley's just gonna shrug. I mean, I came here looking for somebody, but they're very much not here. So I suppose so. Wait, you signed us both up for the tournament? Like me and Lizard.
I'm gonna have to get a stat block for Lizard.
You actually have to give him stats.
Crap.
He's been putting it off for like 6 months.
Well, 'cause I've been using the standard stat block. Lizard is no longer a standard lizard.
He is the best lizard.
I signed the whole team up. Rourke grins. Who are you looking for?
A combustion and or a blaziken, specifically, but there's none here. And no, I didn't double book. I heard you say you were gonna sign us up. I knew exactly what you meant. I think we were on the same wavelength this morning.
While we peel away to Ralph and Mawile, I may actually stop you both there and have a thing happen when we return to you.
Oh no. I'm gonna
Alright,
get that chicken.
so Ralph, you remember the way back to Mowile's Momentarium all the way from Cafe P, so it's not too hard for you to get back there in a decent amount of time. It's almost as if your memory is just a little bit clearer than everyone else's.
I imagine that.
That's kind of surprising, given all the drinking.
Yeah, you would think he'd be just dead in the water at this point.
I mean, I know he's probably not
Nah.
drunk anymore, but hangovers are a bitch. I guess not for a Munchlax. I guess Munchlaxes can probably process it better, though.
I got the bulk.
Yeah, really, he even has thick fat. It's fine, just nobody eat the Munchlax.
Oh boy.
Eat the Munchlax and get hammered.
I imagine that would be like a bourbon-drenched burger.
Ooh.
That sounds delicious, actually. Not gonna lie.
Nobody
sound
eat the
kinda good.
Munchlax. Please don't eat the Munchlax.
King eyes.
He might eat you before you can do him.
Oh, we have a Cold Brook picture. I'll put that up.
Anyway, so Ralph, as before, Mawile is sort of mildly buried in her work, though it's not nearly as bad as it was when you first met her.
Alright, let's get my voice.
You also notice that there's a thick wooden box on the table that originally had the weird Lucario statuette.
Right. So, hi there, Mawile. It's been a while.
Oh no.
It's a little Munchlax humor. I came to help you with your research and stuff. And maybe ask you the questions.
Her attention is immediately on Ralph as soon as he says the word research, and she looks up, having unfortunately missed the joke. And she gets up, clambers over the desk, hops off it, and walks straight up to Ralph. With a smile, offering her hand for a handshake.
Which mouth does she smile at?
Yes.
That is a legitimate question, I suppose, of them.
Oh yeah, well, he shakes her hand. His hand?
Well then,
Yeah.
I'm happy to have your aid.
Alright, yes. I was one of the Pokemon who helped
You were here at
train.
Kangoro, right?
Yes, yeah. And I also helped translate a bunch of the stuff we sent you.
Oh, that's right. Hang on, let me see if I can find your translations. And she goes back over to the desk and starts sifting through them, and with an almost preternatural accuracy pulls out all of the documents that Ralph had written down. These,
Oh,
right?
Yeah, that's pretty good there.
Way higher quality than the usual researchers. Are you sure you're not an archaeologist yourself?
I don't think so. Hey, this is kind of off topic, but you know how a Ditto can transform into other Pokemon? Are there any instances of maybe a really powerful Pokemon force transforming another Pokemon? Is that a thing that's ever been recorded?
Tilting her head to the side, she sort of taps the papers against the side of her head as she thinks, letting her eyes wander the momentarium for a while. As far as I can recall, only particularly powerful Pokemon, old Pokemon, or legendaries should be capable of such a feat. Usually psychic types, though some fairy types should be capable of it, but that's usually mischief and illusions, sort of like Zora. Lozora is not a fairy type. Exception to the rule. Anyway, usually it would be a legendary.
Do any legendaries come to mind? Yeah, just out of curiosity.
Well, I suppose Mew. But I think Mew usually would transform itself. Pretty good at hiding. Jirachi probably can, but they get really tired when they make wishes like that happen.
Did I wish for this? He kind of mutters to himself.
Technically speaking, very powerful psychic types, a really old Ninetales, an extra strong Alakazam, maybe a Gardevoir, could make it happen. Older Pokemon tend to have strange powers that aren't normally defined by what we know as moves or abilities. So, unfortunately, when it comes to older, more powerful Pokemon, we're somewhat left in the dark as to what their full extent of their power is.
Yeah, there shouldn't be any shortage of old Pokemon. Do most Pokemon not live that long?
Not really. She shrugs and moves back to the desk to put the papers down before she ends up losing them by waving her hands around. There's some Pokemon that do live that long. I mean, Ninetales supposedly lives for 100 years for every tail, but that's hearsay.
Right. And I suppose Pokemon can do different things with artifacts, like what the thing is under this box here.
Please don't lift the box.
So this is different than a held item, like the twisted spoons that psychic types sometimes hold. This is more powerful. This is different.
Have you encountered mystical gems yet?
No. Do enlighten me.
Mystical gems are infused with the power of a move, and they let any Pokemon that holds that gem use that move.
Oh,
Think of it kind of like that.
Yes. Yeah, the cute Poochie I was with has one of those.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't see one. I'll have to ask to see it next time. Those are fairly rare. Though, I guess there might be a jeweler somewhere. Maybe not on this continent. Anyway, think of artifacts kind of like the mystical gems. They have a portion of a Pokemon's spirit or energy or essence sort of imbued into them. Though I guess when it comes to ruins like the Claydol Cairn, it's not exactly the same. It's hard to pinpoint it. I don't exactly have the right words for it at the moment. Places like that are just teeming with power, but it doesn't necessarily come from Pokemon themselves.
Could it be power in the way that, power in the way that the sun helps grass grow? Or power in the way that, a river moves stuff?
Yeah, I suppose. Natural power, but in a different form. In that respect, I guess it's kind of like legendaries are powering them. Most of the legendaries I've seen are basically forces of nature.
You've seen some, in the flesh?
Yeah.
Oh, that must be exciting. So, what kind of notes was you looking at when you?
Oh, I was just reading up on the notes that I was presented by Pingoro for the Claydol Cairn. Pretty fascinating stuff. Unfortunately, I don't think it's linked up to the other ruin I found the other day.
Oh, another ruin.
Let's see here. She walks back to her desk and starts shuffling through her notes. Where is that map? Would you like to help her find the map?
Yes, I shall help her find the map.
Find the map, find the map, find the map. I shouldn't do that.
Gonna get copyright struck.
It also,
I'm just gonna put it out
Please
there. If he critically fails, he's just gonna open up the box and look at the statue. I'm just saying.
also, I want to.
yeah.
I realized something. Somebody was pointing out earlier that Mile probably has flashbacks of Ampharos with how Ralph is kind of a ditz. Actually, she was super patient with Ampharos, so she's probably kind of used to sort of a dopey behavior type. She's probably really patient with it, actually. She seemed very unflappable when it came to Ampharos, so...
Alright, so what shall I roll to help her look for the map?
Give me an insight, survival, logic.
Silly glasses are silly.
Oh goodness, no. Well,
Oh, wow.
okay.
Okay, then.
Wow.
Wow.
Boom.
So,
Fucking hell.
The devil helped you out there.
literally, Mawile is sort of behind a stack of papers. You go around the other side, the map is just sort of rolled up and leaning against the stack of papers. She is just on the wrong side of it.
Nice. Just the map?
Huh, what? Oh,
Hey,
yeah. She moves over and with her hair moth thing makes a slow sweeping motion to scoot aside some of the papers while holding out her arms the other direction as far as they can go to keep them from completely sliding off the desk. And then she repeats this motion on the other side to make enough room for the map. It's
Alright.
almost like two towers of paperwork and artifacts just standing there precariously and yet perfectly balanced.
Nice.
As all things should be.
Ralph will unroll the map and take a look at it.
It's a map of Plains Continent, surprisingly enough. It's not as detailed as you might like, but it definitely has the general sort of areas mapped out and vaguely colored in some manner.
Alright, so it has like Savantown, the Pride's Rock.
Yeah, it has basically the biome swaths of color instead of like nation lines, and little dots where points of interest are, and squares, particularly for Sea Spray and Savantown.
Okay.
You notice there is a lot of dots. Some of them are in different colors.
Interesting. So, do you have two of these?
No, this is just my personal map.
Can
I made it by compiling all of the data I've collected over the years. That and going out and finding places myself.
So, do you mind if I try to get a copy of this?
I mean, sure, if you think you can. I'll
Okay.
even lend you some parchment and charcoal.
Yeah, I think I can. He pulls out the atlas that he's been carrying. See, I got this atlas here, but there's just Plains Continent's not on it.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
I haven't seen an atlas like that in a while.
It's
Must be an outdated version.
yeah, it's they don't have the whole lot of books back at the Savantown Clubhouse. They're mostly children's books. So the 3 little Tepigs and the big bad wolf Pokemon is a real page turner, even though it's for kids. But this was one of the only like information books they had. Look, I couldn't think of a wolf
Big bad wolf
Pokemon.
the big bag of Lycanroc. That would have been good.
I believe that's actually what it was, the big bad Lycanroc. Sorry.
I'm just like
Big bad wolf Pokemon. It's okay, it's strangely Ralph appropriate.
So yeah, I'm gonna try and sketch a copy of this.
Okay.
Try to transcribe.
I'm not surprised. Unfortunately, Savantown can't really afford luxuries like up-to-date books and things like that. Then again, Pangoro is good friends with, what's-his-face? Luxray, that's right. I don't see why Luxray doesn't donate more books to Savantown, but I guess they wouldn't survive the trip back.
Right. I'm gonna what role will it be to
Alrighty. We need you to do a... Smart contest etiquette logic.
Sketching a map isn't too hard. Sketching a map that's actually gonna like be accurate and not have mistakes
and
is harder.
I'm gonna actually I already spent a little bit.
Alright.
Oh damn, that's a
Still pretty good.
5 out of 7 is definitely very
It's a
cool.
passing grade.
Okay. This is a time-consuming process, and one that requires concentration. So Mawile is actually going to let Ralph do this in relative peace.
Nice.
It's gonna take you a while.
That's fine. I feel like this will be useful. Pango Jango will give me quite the head pat. Actually, he's gonna. Actually, right before he sketches, he's gonna mention. Oh yeah, Pango Jango is a nice guy, and he prefers if we call him Pango Jango. He loves that name.
Oh my god.
Oh, you little troll.
Wait, really? I
Oh
thought I
yeah.
was the only one of that team who didn't have a name.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
I guess I'll start calling him that now.
Oh god. Pango is gonna kill you.
By the way, the Pancham I got, Sword and Shield, I named it Pango Jango.
Oh my
Nice,
god.
man. I also have a Penguin
Yes.
Django Pancham, so yes.
You're all the worst.
Yeah.
I also have a Ralph, I also have a Lizard, I also have a Riley.
I haven't got Salandit. I want to Salandit.
Yeah,
I got-
we found a Salandit.
Surprise surprise trading, and then I bred it to make it
Oh,
a baby.
surprise trade. That's cheating.
Look, surprise trading can get you complete trash, and actually everybody expected me to get nothing good, but I don't know, I just have good luck with that.
You're lucky, Zig. Alright. So, when it comes to putting down the dots, which is basically one of the final steps for the map, Mawile actually decides to finally step back in and starts providing Ralph with, basically crayons is what she used for it, just a much higher grade of colored wax. Closer to what, say, someone would use for a stamp, but not in stamp format.
We got the Crayola brand, not the off-brand garbage.
Better than Crayola, 'cause Crayola
Nice.
is still crap. We're talking Prisma brand crayons.
Nice.
I've never
Never heard of it.
Okay, so you probably haven't been to a lot of these places. But let's see here. Okay, here is Savantown, here is Sea Spray. And in between them is the canyon.
Great.
Now, let's see, over here, and She's pointing around, basically pointing out places that the party has been before, as well as several other places you have not. For instance, she specifically points out what is a kind of sketched out plateau that you have mimicked from her own map as Aster Rock, which is one of the biggest landmarks on the continent. Literally.
The
That's where it has
rock is astronomical.
I mean, as far as I've been told, apparently there are falling stars there almost all the time.
Falling stars.
It probably has something to do with the magnetic properties of the rock inside the rock. That sounded vastly unintelligent. Anyway. Over here, actually, though, is where I'm going to go soon. And she points out a green patch that is somewhat to the north of Savan Town.
And what's this place called?
That's the Moonbound Forest. And inside of the Moonbound Forest, there's actually several other areas that are more important to note. The Muted Glade, for one, and the ruins I'm going to try and go to.
Y'all by yourself? Isn't it dangerous?
Oh, I'm not going by myself. I just need to get ready.
Oh, that's good. No. I wonder if electric types get a headache if they go to the big magnet rock.
No idea. Are any of your friends electric types? We could probably test it out.
That does sound tempting, but no, none of them are.
That's a shame. Unfortunately, I don't think my friend Deaden is anywhere around here. Off at the Explorer Society. She also points out a couple of other places. Mostly, there's another sort of mesa/plateau area that she calls the Blustery Mesa, as well as a flatlands around it called the Dust Flats. She ends up pointing out the Sunlit Ravine that you... She also points out a sort of northern kind of white/light blue washed area up in the north of the continent. And she points at the mountain, calling it Mount Shiver, which is apparently relatively important to the climate of Plains continent.
Mount Shiver. Yeah. There's something... I know this. I know why the mountain is important, but I can't grab it. Yeah. It's like there's so much information locked away, and all I can feel is the empty space where it should be. It's like it's drip feeding out like a big reservoir of knowledge, and there's like a leak. It's slowly dripping back in, and I just want to bust it open.
Here we go.
You know, while I'm at it, what you do?
I sent you a thing.
Ooh.
What a trickster laugh that was.
He's got the evil DM laugh down pretty well.
Oh, I have several evil laughs. Which one do you want?
That one.
Also, when you get the chance, an insight survival alert is in order, if you do not mind.
Who?
Yeah, I suppose I'm looking for that clock. Like, do you have a clock in here?
Clock? No? I mean, I can tell the time fairly well just from the window. And Mawile just gestures towards the window of her momentarium.
Oh.
Aw. Sadness!
It's
Oh,
morning.
At least you drew the map well.
Yeah. Ooh, a tick.
Yes.
A tick-tock tick.
Tick, tick, tick.
A tick-tock, click, 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 click. Somebody's clicking a lot. Tick-tock, click.
Like a metronome. Hey, do you have notes on the metronome held item?
A metronome?
Yeah, it's a box with a lever that goes. Well, it's a box with a pendulum, and it goes back and forth. And it makes it so that when you use the same attack twice in a row, it gets slightly more power.
Oh, that thing. Yeah, I know about that. I don't have one, though. Oh! And I actually want to physically clap my hands together, but I can't. Because I have push to talk, dang it. But she claps her hands together and gets this look as if she had a stroke of brilliance.
Dead for you.
There's... Thank you. There's this Mr. Mime. He runs this sort of theater group. It's been out of business for a little while. I think they're renovating the theater or something. He might have one.
I'll keep that in mind, but for now I'm gonna stay and keep looking over these notes.
Alright. Well, let me know if there's anything else specific you want to ask about. For now, I'm just trying to compile all the information I can about the cairn. Pangora's request, after all. Besides, he's helping me out for it. And she has a cheeky grin on as she goes back to her notes.
I'm gonna guess that's on the maw, because I think it grid way bigger.
Oh, dude.
Well, I mean, Mawile did turn back to her notes, so I mean, the maw is facing Rao.
True. It's basically impossible to back attack a maw, will I realize.
Your Dark Souls backstab will not work.
No, it won't.
It'll just no.
Like trying to backstab a mimic.
Yeah. Trying to front stab a mimic, basically.
You can technically backstab a mimic,
Well, I mean, the actual mimics, yeah.
You can backstab them, but I don't think you can sneak attack them because of their amorphous nature.
Yeah.
But I digress.
I'm thinking, I'm gonna take out the Thunderstone and ask, has he, as far as you know, has any Pokemon ever artificially created an electric attacking tool? Because I have this idea in my head, and he pulls out the Mary Pool in the other hand, for some sort of way to do this to my to Pokemon I want to play. And he touches the wool to the to the thing.
Oh no,
For
I was gonna ask you to roll for Doom dice, now I don't have to.
For demonstration purposes, he does so.
Demonstration purposes.
Okay. Roll like you're using metronome.
Oh boy.
Well, okay. Well, we all know how this is gonna go. Very poorly. He's gonna get a fire type move. I'm calling it now.
No, he's not. I'm having him roll like metronome so I can determine how good or bad this is gonna go.
The X-Fight channel, okay. The accuracy pool for it?
Yeah, roll the accuracy pool, please. Please don't roll damage.
Alright. I don't know if I mean good or bad.
I think you're okay.
So, you bring the Mary Bull closer, and Mawile turns around to start answering your question, and there's arcs of electricity going between the bull and the Thunderstone, and there's this look of horror that dawns upon Mawile's face just as you impact the soft, fluffy Mary Bull to the Thunderstone and create a burst of electricity, and she dives under her desk. So Ralph, there is a tingly sensation that jiggles your blubber.
Nice.
Oh, that's a statement.
Just like I need to roll a die now.
Cough up a little bit of smoke. Yeah.
Oh.
You crit him. He's dead.
So the tingly sensation doesn't stop, but your hands sort of lock up.
Paralyzed myself.
Yeah, this is what happens when you taser yourself, children. So Mawile ends up peeking up over her desk when the electric shock doesn't actually, blast her, and she sees that Ralph has become a conduit for the electricity, and she basically has this oh crap moment, and she goes to grab basically a crowbar, and then she realizes, wait, this is metal. Okay. She looks around for something that's not particularly valuable to pry Ralph's hands off the electrical items. Oh, right. And she runs to the closet. Surprisingly, there is a closet here. And pulls out a mop. And she swings it with wild abandon. And... okay.
Oh.
Well, she ends up booping Ralph in the face a bit, and drags the mop down, forcing Ralph to drop the wool and Thunderstone. The Thunderstone clatters to the floor harmlessly, and the wool just sort of floofs at the floor at Ralph's feet.
Alright, I picked them up separately and put them back in their individual pockets of the bag.
Oh,
Hey, I'm on to something.
I can see that.
Inventing hurts.
I mean, well, yeah, kinda, but it doesn't have to. I don't think it has to. Maybe? Mostly.
Maybe I should get some gloves.
We should definitely get you something protective if you're going to try that again. Fascinating, though.
It is, I know it. Just think of all the cool stuff you could do.
I wonder if maybe we could attach it to some sort of pole. Have the stone in a chamber with the fluffy wool at the end.
Yeah,
And with a
that's
little
something what I'm
lever,
thinking.
push the chamber into the... Maybe? Hmm.
Yeah, I was thinking something like that. Like the stone fits in a little pocket, and the wool stretched over the top, like this. And he like stretches out the wool a little bit. The wool
Like-
tied to the top.
But like, kind of like a glove over a box or something.
Yeah.
Kind of like he gets a thing of parchment and he like sort of pencils down the rough words of like box, glove, circle some stuff. Very inventorly note.
So basically, for the rest of the time you're there, you now have Mawile's rapt attention on trying to figure out how this would work.
Nice.
Then I
Mawile,
should be concerned.
you should be concerned.
I'm
no.
inventing a taser. Ooh, you have my undivided attention.
Mad science indeed, except she's an archaeologist. She's not actually the best scientist. She's
Indiana Jones is an archaeologist.
But with her level of research, she definitely has some scientific knowledge. So it makes sense.
yes.
Yeah, it's probably the most intelligent Pokemon I've met so far.
I mean, Pangoro's pretty intelligent, and Rise is intelligent. She's
So
just
that's in their faces.
Like the most book smart, I mean. Like the most like nerd smart.
Yeah, nerd.
She's
Nerds.
the biggest so
Nerd.
Unit Green would be offended by your statement, Ralph. Not that it can be offended, because it's sitting in the corner of Mawile's shop gathering dust. Alright, so back to Brooke and Riley, because Ralph is having fun times making a map and fascinating Mawile with dangerous technology.
You know, a
God.
fun fact. I'm thinking of the put the Thunderstone in like a tube or whatever conduit, and then the wool. I feel like the wool would lose its charge. I feel like the wool would be like something you'd have to replace. Like it can only be used so many times before it's kind of just runs dry, and you need more wool essentially. So that'd be the
Well, I
ammo,
mean-
so to speak, or it get
Maybe.
wet or just frayed, burned out or such. Literally.
Well,
burned
this is
out.
also, basically a prototype. They can probably figure out a constantly or, unlimited ammo, quote-unquote, type version at some point.
Perhaps so. I was thinking you might need restockable resources to make that thing work, possibly. So I was just conjecturing.
And yes, Kyrio, last session, Charm said that Tucker was basically going to work all day. It was just a matter of if Ralph decided to come visit the cafe. He did.
Which he does later, after this research, I assume.
Nope, before the research.
Oh, before the research. Okay.
Yeah. The Hariyama is still at the cafe, by the way, and he's a good customer. He is, however, being taken care of by the other evolutions, basically so poor Tucker can get a break.
Tucker has no real issue with Hariyama, but it feels just embarrassed with the Ralph situation. Hope Ralph didn't ditch him with a check. Well, Ralph directly paid Tucker, so, to be fair, the maid services are direct tips, so a little different.
Yep. So, Brooke and Riley and Lizard,
The most important member of the team.
yes. So as you all start discussing things, there's an ozone smell that starts to seep into the training room.
Ew.
Ozone actually doesn't smell that gross.
I have no idea what ozone smells like. I've never sniffed ozone.
It's just like heavy and a little watery and weird.
It's generally what happens when there's a lot of electricity in the air.
I don't live in Florida. It doesn't get super stormy up here. Let's talk about
Fair enough.
snowstorms.
I also don't know what ozone technically smells like. I just know that's its general description. And down the stairs, like All of the training gladiators, by the way, stop what they're doing. And down the stairs comes a Heliolisk, wearing a very broad-brimmed hat.
Hey, he's got the same hat as Lizard.
No, it is a Desperado hat, just with an extra wide brim.
Oh.
I actually would compare it to a sombrero, except it's not ridiculously colored. Burke sniffs a bit and shivers. Do you smell that? Makes me feel kinda bad. He's not quite looking towards the stairs. The Heliolisk has their hat tilted slightly down. It's harder to see their face that way.
They're gonna shoot somebody. I feel like they're gonna shoot somebody.
Is Riley saying this?
No, I don't even think I've seen him. I've turned off my sense surrounding area. Have I turned off my sense surrounding area passive ability, or do I sense him back there?
You don't sense anything from that direction.
Cool.
You misunderstand. There is a void in that direction.
Oh, that's worse.
Void.
I don't like that. Okay. My curiosity's for some reason been piped, so I'm gonna look at the void. I'm gonna stare into the void.
The void is a Heliolisk, and all the gladiators have stopped what they're doing, you notice. Lizard has hunkered very close to the floor, hiding behind both Riley and Brooke, staring at this individual as they walk over to a bench and sit down. And there's this moment of awkward silence before the other gladiators and those training in the training room start to resume their activities. Now all of them seem a bit on edge.
No, he knows how to kill the vibe, doesn't he?
Burke looks around and realizes someone walked in. As the silence ends, he mutters, "Huh. That was weird." I wonder if that's one of the champions, he wonders aloud.
Well, he's got the hat.
The Heliolisk slightly tilts up their head at the comment, but it's hard to discern if that was just a random motion or if they were regarding the commentary.
I mean, he's either a big shot or he owns the place.
Poise does ask you a good question, Eragon.
I am not gonna answer.
Okay.
It is a good question. I decline to respond.
What is this question?
Does Riley feel anything from Tiber?
Oh, that would be spoilers.
Yep. As I said, I declined to answer.
Y'all want spodlers and you can't have them.
Yeah, I have not yet been bribed, so, you know. I'm just saying.
It have occurs to me that I wish I had a song for Deadeye.
Vroom.
That's not a big deal. Vroom what?
It's fine.
There's a car vrooming outside.
Oh, fun.
Oh. After him, however, in a completely different manner of disturbing the training room, is a gaudily dressed Bryson.
No.
Oh, should I put on?
immediately have stopped caring.
Now I might have a reason to change songs.
Yes, you do.
Oh boy. Also, Kyrie had a comment.
Oh god. Kyrio called them a couple. They're not a couple.
The
But I
couple
agree with
behind the
this.
counter.
Yeah,
no.
The arena is owned by the couple behind the counter. Brooke perks up a bit. Oh, yeah. And it was started by your headmate.
What the arena was. To be fair, that does not surprise me.
Apparently. Just imagining Brooke shrugging. I believe we're listening to Champions apparently,
Yes,
right?
yes, we are.
What other juicy tidbits have you learned about this place while I was playing volleyball?
Oh, did I? The
What?
Bryson just sort of tiptoes and ballerina spins her way over in the most obnoxious manner to the Heliolisk, who just tilts his head down and just reaches up with one hand with two claws and tilts his head just further down.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
I like this girl.
Now, what are you hiding down here for? Weren't we going to have our private champions meeting somewhere private? She's also obnoxiously loud enough, or maybe it's just her voice, but you can visibly see some of the training gladiators cringe as she talks.
I like her.
I'm gonna load her outfit for those that don't know what outfit this is.
Please.
Don't you dare like her.
Here, sorry,
Oh.
sorry. Apparently captures weird, but there you go.
No.
I like her even more.
Oh my god.
Okay, you know what? That outfit actually looks nice. She does
It's
not
be-
have that outfit.
It's oh wait, you're right. It's the wrong outfit. Hold on, it's similar.
That is
It's a similar
that is
outfit.
a
Kill it with fire.
that is a similar, better outfit.
Looks more-
just
Looks a lot more natural. Let me do the bad one. Here's the bad one.
yeah. She doesn't have that much fashion
Here's
sense.
the
Okay.
bad one. Here's the bad one.
I don't think I have any sense at all.
There we go.
Oh my god,
still
it's
like-
horrible. It's horrible.
Like I said, gaudy. Also plaid. Pink plaid.
I should remind everyone this is an official outfit for Bryson from the anime or something. So, just want to note that.
That doesn't make it better. In fact, that makes it much, much worse.
She starts waving her stick around in front of where the Heliolisk face should be. Hello? Deadeye? You there? You didn't actually die, did you? Or have you gone down? Seriously, why'd you leave the meeting room? Aren't we supposed to discuss what happens next tournament? I mean, it's in a... I don't know, this week? The Heliolisk tail twitches in annoyance.
Riley's just gonna watch. He's amused.
Do we have a Heliolisk model yet on the table?
No, we don't.
I'll get one. I'll
Do
get
we
one
not
added.
have one?
I don't know.
Well, let me search. I think maybe we have one. I'm gonna double check, just in
Okay.
case.
You do that, and I'll check. Let's see. Is it a Gen 7 Pokemon?
I think Gen 6?
Yeah, it was X and Y.
Oh, it's a 6. Okay.
No, we do not have Heliolisk.
All right. Give me one moment.
Oh. So that's Deadeye, Brooke says, lowering his voice a bit. He's the champion that challenges the winning team of the tournament. And you do recall correctly, Kyrio.
Yeah, I'm in the wrong folder. That's weird.
Ah, so he's the one we'll be fighting at the end of the tournament. Gotcha.
It doesn't matter, Jezebel. His voice rasps, lisping with sparks at the end of his words. No one here is worth attention. Least of all, you and the other posers that call themselves champions.
He's doing a deep voice again.
I'm trying to do a raspy voice and I am failing.
No, I think it's a fine voice, actually. You're just fine. Also, here we go. I finally found it. I don't know how big Kyrio is, because...
Huge.
Yeah, the other thing is his frill is much bigger than the models. It,
Yeah.
like, actually drapes over his shoulders like a Desperado cloak.
I feel like he's taller than Riley, right?
Isn't he like 4 feet or something?
Yep. He is rather tall. However, for the sake of, size in the table.
3 out of 3 is normally Heliolisk. Actually, aren't we... Didn't we have a picture for Heliolisk, too? A long time ago. Gosh, I don't remember where it is.
Yeah, we have something that is similar to how I envisioned. It's been a while. I wish I had saved the images, actually.
I will casually try to find it again.
Yep. Well, that's no way to treat a comrade. The smell of ozone thickens. Be careful what you say, Jezebel. Remember, even if all of you join forces, I would wipe the floor. Huh. Just because you've been champion since the beginning doesn't mean anything. You're bound to get tossed off your high mudstale any day now. So take down that cocky attitude of yours. Whether or not you come to the meeting, I was just trying to extend a nicety. I'm sure any of these schmucks in here, and she pirouettes on her toes, sweeping an arm out, gesturing to the other gladiators, which causes them to flinch visibly. We'll be able to take you down with enough time. Besides, it's been bright out lately. I know how much you hate the sun. Brooke takes a couple of steps away from the Heliolisk as the scent of ozone gets stronger. There's a soft, susurrating chuckle as the Heliolisk slowly rises up behind the Bryxon, and he tilts up his hat, revealing a dead, empty socket where one of his eyes should be. They're certainly welcome to try. After all, in here, Jezebel. And he leans over menacingly atop the other champion. Here's where the strongest. That was Master's decree. And that's not something pompous fool you can turn. There's an almost sadistic grin on his face as the Bryxon's fur just stands on end. And she does her best to put on a brave face, but it's obvious that he's being very intimidating. We'll see about that. One of these days, some team's going to take you down. and then the rest of us will step in to take your place. After all, nobody wants a failed champion. Might as well just give up your crown while you're in your prime. Be remembered as something great. The Bryson puffs, turning and stalking back towards the stairs.
Oh, he seems like a lovely guy, doesn't he?
Okay, I think everybody heard you fine, but the stream actually buffered a little bit for people. I didn't drop frames. I know exactly why it happened. It's because I was browsing DA's search function trying to find the picture. I guess that was causing problems.
Oh dear.
Yeah. But everybody heard you fine. It was just some visual drop, nothing sound-wise. Which is fine.
Okay.
Whatever. However, I do know that I shared the picture of you at one point, so I'm just going to search our conversation, and hopefully that won't lag things. Jeez. Tabletop Simulator really just kind of takes most of my processor, honestly.
There has been a Kyrio message, just so you know.
Yes. He kinda reminds me of someone, Brooke says.
Reminds you of someone. Who the heck does that remind you of?
Standing back up straight, the Heliolisk tilts his head back and inhales slowly. And the ozone smell recedes some.
Did the Brixton leave, by the way?
She is currently headed towards the stairs.
Oh. Also, here, guys.
Oh.
Yep. A lot better looking than the model we have, but you know what? Representation.
Well, it's still D&D. Use your imagination, guys. But, yes, this is a good representation.
He does look cool, not gonna lie.
Yeah, he really does. So yeah, when his model exists, think of this picture, basically.
As much as we can remember, because he looks too badass.
Too badass to remember.
You. And he just suddenly whips an arm out, pointing at one of the gladiators in the room, making them once again flinch. With me. He doesn't even get through the motion of crooking his finger, and this poor silver Eevee runs over to attend the Heliolisk as they begin to leave after the Bryson. Someone you're pretty familiar with, Brooke answers Riley. Champion since the beginning? Seems like they might have known each other.
They definitely knew each other. This is the first time he's actually sounded fond of somebody. In an incredibly weird way, mind. But fun, nonetheless.
Okay, we do have a Brixton model, I wasn't sure.
So as they leave, you can hear some mild shouting from upstairs that is obviously the Bryson complaining very loudly to someone. Probably the owners. you also hear the Machamp doing his general thing up there. So obviously the Machamp is somehow fielding this complaint.
Oh yeah.
Congratulations. I believe you've all met every gladiator at this point. At least the champions.
Okay, so I currently have a hit list. Gotcha.
So wait, that would be Deadeye, whatever, Brexon,
Deadeye,
Kyrio,
Jezebel, Jawson, Glide,
and Jawson, yes.
and... Hang on. Is that everyone?
Sounds like a pretty good roster.
Oh, you guys have not met one of them.
Oh.
I feel remiss. But there is no reason for you all to have met them.
Yes.
They don't do the whole training thing. I see, Brooke says thoughtfully. Guess everyone has something they respect.
I'm not sure if respect would be the word I'd use. I don't really think he respects anybody. Not anymore, anyway. Can't really say for sure. He wasn't exactly detailed in describing how he knew him, for once. Though he says I'll find out soon. If we're fighting him in the tournament, anyway.
Well, he certainly respects himself, Brooke says. I think I'm going to head off. The atmosphere's a bit too hostile for me right now. Lizard is sort of clung to Riley's tail, stiff as a board.
Aww.
Is it over?
Yeah, it's over.
The big guy with the hat is scary, Riley. And I don't like the Brexon. She reminds me of Mistress Salazzle.
Very loud. Very poorly dressed.
Except poorly dressed, yeah. I don't think Mistress Salazzle likes clothes.
Yeah. I'll take your word on that one. Well, if she's a champion, perhaps the time will come when we beat her up too. Who knows?
Brooke? Did you sign me up too? Lizard asks, having just realized now what Brooke had said a while ago.
Oh no. Uh-oh.
You're part of the team, right? Brooke says with a grin. We can't fight without you. Lizard's eyes go wide, and they're trying to figure out whether they want to panic or whether they should cry out of happiness for being included.
I have mixed feelings on these mixed feelings.
Well, I bet I bet Lizard's not used to being depended on.
But if we win, we have to fight the scary guy.
We can take.
Lizard continues making squeaky noises.
Hey, technically speaking, I haven't lost the fight yet. I don't intend to lose that streak.
Yeah. I'm not sure I can even stand in the same room as him for long, Brooke says. But hey, we'll see what we can do.
We can take him.
So you said you wanted to train evasion, right?
I wanted to train Bone Club, and then when that was done, do evasion. Because you said Bone Club was almost full, so I figured I'd be able to get it done in 8 hours' time and continue on with evasion after that.
Let me look at the...
So next time we play Sword, I'm gonna have to show you guys how cute some of the Pokemon can be in the camping. For those unaware, for instance, Salandits are exceptionally cute in the camping. Their animations.
I know how to get Salandits, by the way.
The
weather hasn't been right.
I know, the weather's been so uncooperative.
I can trade you one if you like. I mean, I was reading them for a little bit, so I got some random ones if you want one.
I should make a Nintendo account or figure out what my old one is then.
High five a no online club.
Yay.
Well, you can always fix that.
Anyway. Alright. So... here's the strange thing. Lizard asks you to help train them.
Oh, yeah?
Oh.
They don't want to be a bird.
The amount
So-
of fire damage you can do, I'm pretty sure he isn't a burden, but okay.
Well, here's the other thing. Lizard asks you to train them, but they're really shaky and quivery about it. So yeah, they're scared, but they still want it.
Okay.
Because they want to be part of the team.
I'll help. That's fine. I'll do it.
Everyone on the team has been really good to Lizard. Lizard wants to be good to the team.
I will train this lizard.
I like your confidence, Brooke says.
It'll be fine. We got this. I was Master Bone Club and deflect lightning bolts like I've been playing too much Sekiro. Which I haven't convinced Carter to let me do yet, but I'll get him eventually.
What, to deflect lightning?
Yeah.
Well, thankfully, there's actually proper training facilities for you to work on moves like Bone Club.
Deflect lightning. Fantastic.
Yep. There's even quote-unquote training weapons, as it were, but it's mostly like the equivalent to either a wooden training sword or like a foam bat.
I've got my own. I got a bone. It's fine. Brought my own from home. It's better. The swords intrigue me. When am I gonna get that sword card?
You got a ways to go. You haven't even met like a Skarmory or anything.
When am I gonna be able to just chop people in half?
Bring your own bone.
I've got plenty. I've got a skull too. Gonna use that to train anything?
Don't. You already know bad things are gonna happen if you mess with the skull too
Dude,
much.
seriously, start using your head, not somebody else's.
Never. I'm gonna beat somebody with this skull at some point in the tournament.
Riley learned headbutt. Has to use someone else's head for it.
Yeah, it's Lucario head, so it should have metal in there. It's probably better than mine.
There's also an immature joke there with it.
Oh my god. Gotta throw a skull at you, Karserus.
No.
Think I won't. I know where to get them. I have connections. I could get a skull delivered to my doorstep.
Wait, what?
Sure.
I'm not even joking, I can.
I'm not sure how I feel about this.
I know everyone.
I'm a spook dog, so I don't care that much, but like, why?
Save the effort for things that are important. Anyway,
Like the dogs on beach coffee table book I purchased from Japan. It was really cheap. It was on sale.
all right. I will say that you have learned Bone Club.
Yes. And how much
wow.
extra ticks can I get towards matrix dodging stuff after that's done?
Wait, Matrix.
Give
dodging,
me
Yeah, evading.
a Dex Survival Athletics roll. Well, actually, sorry, Dex Fight Evasion, not Dex Survival. Why
I
am
mean,
saying
it's
Dex Survival?
the exact same.
Yeah, but
dice pool.
appropriate naming conventions.
444, just like my grades.
All right. So you and Lizard both will get 3 ticks, and I will mark down Lizards.
Fantastic.
Nicely done.
Where is Bone Club? I need to go find it.
Yes, and we need a copy of it.
Where is it ground?
Bone Club, I believe, is ground. Yes.
It's no Bone Rush, but it's a thing. Okay. Can I make copies? I cannot make copies. Someone has to make a copy for me, please.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna share something because people asked. People are curious. So here, this is what I bought. It is a good book. I like it. Okay, what do you need a copy of?
Bone Club.
Right.
Cheers. This is mine.
Alright, I'll put that back. Or you can put it back. You do it. Always mix up when I reorganize them.
Ah, fantastic. Look at that.
It's a cute porky. It's painted art. I really like it. It's like a pixel painting style. I might be keeping it, or I might be giving it for when Eragon visits his mom. And well, then again, you said your mom doesn't like medium dogs.
It's all about the big dogs. What do you
It's
mean?
all that big. Well, you gotta have big boofers.
Huge dog.
But Akitas are cool. I think medium dogs are also pretty good. I think small dogs are good too. Honestly, they each have their flair, I guess. Is the book just pics of dogs? Yeah, basically. It's just art. It's just a little art book for a coffee table. It's neat. I like it.
There were other things on my mind at the time, but I'd like to note that Brooke would have visibly balked at the Brysons up.
I'm not surprised. I think many people would.
This move has a significantly lower accuracy. That kind of sucks.
Kyrio, and actually, Kyrio and Tubby, I'm kind of curious, you two. Did you guys ever discuss a Ralph picture? The Ralph needs to still figure out his outfit, huh?
Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, I mean, I know I'm rocking the fedora.
The double fedora.
He's got the fedora.
And the jean shorts.
Yes.
The jorts, as they say.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna keep the shorts, so I still totally want a tie.
No.
Yeah, fedora and a tie, like I guess like the spirit.
It's gonna look like a fucking movie critic.
No, I'm the food critic. I eat it so you don't have to.
Draw an action shot to the whole team, but Ralph and Lizard may do it on my own eventually. You know you don't have to.
You don't have to, Kyrio. You don't have to. I know we wanted to complete a bit of a set, so I was kind of asking about that. Also, I'm now just imagining Ralph sitting in front of a webcam or whatever, or a camera, a table, like, doing that quote, and then, like, he just lugs over this trash can, right? He just starts digging in it. So you don't have to dig in trash. Just pulls trash can over.
He just eats whatever.
Oh,
Today we
goodness.
have the cayenne ghost pepper.
It just explodes.
Goodness, now I'm just imagining it is a trash can, but it's a prop trash can. So there's not actually trash in it, it's just whatever he's prepared.
If I recall, the sword entry for Munchlax mentions they just eat trash and stuff. So I don't know.
Which, I guess that means they consume trubbish.
Oh.
I guess I could.
That's a way to put it, but you really shouldn't say it.
Oh, man.
I mean, I guess that explains why there aren't Garbodor everywhere.
Oh, man.
Talk
About a dirty mouth.
Oh. We have some great
Oh,
puns
goodness.
in our sessions.
I hate it.
That's what I mean.
Ralph becomes a poster child for Orbit. Turning out clean up.
Oh. No, what's the company in Sword and Shield? Macrocosmos.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't gone that far. Actually, wait, no, I probably did hear it. I just forgot.
I think they have the weird C logo. I think it's above train station.
Oh, yeah, no spoilers, please. I haven't beaten a gym yet. 100 hours, I haven't beaten a gym. I can now beat gyms, though. I can now progress.
You can probably beat gyms real easily.
Yeah, probably.
At least most of them.
And yeah, Max, I don't see a problem mentioning a dex entry. Go ahead.
Anyway. Alright, so we've determined what Riley, Lizard, Tucker, and is Ralph just spending the rest of the day at the Momentarium?
Is he still paralyzed, by the way?
No, he's not.
Okay, let's put this back.
Yeah, he's probably gonna hang out with her the rest of... He does have it in the back of his mind, though, to visit... To visit the Mr. Mime later and see about a metronome, because that's more of just a passing curiosity. Like, he doesn't really know what he's looking for, he just kind of expects the ticking noise that he's been hearing, and if he holds something else that ticks and that he knows has some power to it, that it'll just come to him. Or maybe he's completely on the wrong track and it's just going to be a box with a little thing inside it that moves. He doesn't know.
I mean, you might get a held item out of it, so yeah.
Yeah, which would be
So-
pretty...
Kyrio, as Brooke makes their way out of the tourney ground, and they're walking towards the hotel, they notice further off in the distance there looks to be some sort of issue at the docks. There's some sort of weird overgrown plant, seaweed, vine, leaf thing clinging to one of the docks. And you can make out what looks like a waylord just sort of waiting outside the docks. Because they can't exactly go in. Also, side note, my ping has been stable this entire session.
No, don't bring attention to it. You've doomed yourself. You're fool.
Fate just rolled a doom die for you.
Hold on, I'll do it.
No.
Here's fate.
Hi
you
guys.
right now.
What have I missed? I last heard.
Oh,
I last heard Ralph.
Got a 3.
Wait, what's going on? I last heard Ralph was going to possibly visit the Mr. Mime, and then I stepped away because I needed the bathroom. What's up?
Pardon me. We determined where people were for the rest of the day until they go back to the hotel or whatever they're going to do for sleeping conditions for the night. Burke decided he was going to go back to the room. So he saw off in the distance that there's some sort of weird plant shenanigans at the dock, and there's a Wailord waiting outside the docks because it can't go into the docks now due to plant shenanigans.
Plant shenanigans. Plananigans.
Yes.
Yeah, anyways.
So when you get to the docks, you can see, even from a decent distance, that there are a bunch of Pokemon running around trying to deal with this problem. There's a mass of vines and seaweed that has just suddenly overtaken the docks.
You know, I have a song for this.
Oh, do you?
Well, it's. I remember I have mood setting event songs. This might be a perfect one for. Let's see if I can remember which one. You can continue though. I'll tell you the name if you want to play it too. But let's see, is it that one? No, not that one.
Essentially, this overgrowth of flora is preventing trading boats, and in this case, a trading whalemer, from making it into port.
This one? I mean,
Unfortunately, it looks like many of the dockhands are, well, short-handed, as it were.
Ironic.
Or finned, considering some of them are in the water.
I suppose that track works. Ill occurrences? It's a good, like, what's going on kind of track. It's not, like, super intense like the one I just played before it. This'll do.
I can find it.
Under I. Why is there a bone club just sitting on the map, by the way?
Eh?
I hear Eragon. Was this due to you?
No. I can't copy
Oh,
stuff.
wait. Hang on. Huh. I guess you can delete that?
Do we have like is this a third one?
Yeah, that's a third one.
God, it's gone. So did only Brooke go over, or is I know Ralph noticed it from the hotel, I guess, right?
I don't think Ralph noticed this, or if he did, he noticed something sort of going on a while back and dismissed it.
Ah. But Brooke went over.
Yes. Brooke's going to look around for someone in charge and ask, hey, what's going on? Could I do something to help? There is a girder, and for those who don't remember, it's one of those weird muscly Pokemon I don't like, and it has a steel beam.
Also a girder. Also known as a girder.
Girder.
Its final evolution is very, very good.
It's... I don't like them.
I'm not a big fan of the line.
It could be the most powerful Pokemon in the universe. It looks like shit.
It doesn't look like... It doesn't look that bad, I don't...
They are great construction Pokemon, though. Gotta hand it to them.
Yeah.
I don't know if I trust the construction of a building to somebody who's got their hands full of concrete beams. I'm just saying.
I mean, he's using those to build the building. Come on.
Sure. Can you eat vines or seaweed or rip it apart or something? We're short-handed here, and we could use a munchlax or a scyther, even. It started out this morning, it didn't seem so bad before. Then suddenly all these vines and seaweed exploded out of nowhere. Now the boats can't go out, the whalemer can't come in. Our cargo's just sitting there. I mean, they sort of rub their head with their iron girder, which causes the weird bulbs on their head to sort of jiggle.
Ugh.
Yes, I know.
Attractive.
They're funky looking Pokemon, okay?
Disgusting.
I mean, if you can help us out, wait for our Whalmer to come in, and probably get you some of the cargo as a reward. I know a Munchlax, Brooke says. Not sure where he is, though. I could try to find him if he'd be more help than me. Nah, any help you can provide right away is appreciated. We can't waste too much time. Got a lot of perishable goods on that Whalmer. Whalmer's just sitting there. It
Waves.
either looks depressed or very bored. It just goes...
So it's like the possibility of like free all you can eat too.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, it speaks whale. Yes, it does. It's a whale.
Well, it should be happening back any time now, because I would head back, at the end of the day.
This is actually midway through your mapping session.
Yeah, so I'm still sketching that.
It's a preoccupied.
I gotta say, our time flow for the last 2 sessions has been really interesting. So I think it's got more
Because we've been
zigs.
literally all over the
It's
place.
got more zigs than a zigzagoon.
I'm glad I've been able to keep track of it.
It's been interesting though. It's not really like overly confusing. It's like it is kind of confusing, but at the same time I can keep track of what's going on. So.
Alright, I'll see what I can do, Brooke says with a bit of a salute. We'll jump into the water to help out. Alright, so jumping into the water, you see that a lot of the vines and seaweed don't actually connect to the sea floor. Instead, they bend and sort of congregate towards a central set of points just under the docks. And you can definitely see why, by the way. It makes it rather impossible for boats to leave or go, as well as transport Pokemon from the water. The vines and seaweed sort of extend between the different docks in a series of almost nets. It's definitely not a normal way for the flora to grow.
Someone's fishing.
Brooke will head towards the epicenter of the phenomenon, suspecting someone might be responsible, and rightly so. As Brooke swims towards the center of the phenomenon, he finds there are other aquatic Pokemon that are working on the issue as well, including, as he can see some distance away at another dock, Jawson, who is... well, he's living up to his name. Mostly by chewing through most of the vines and seaweed on his end. But as you come to the epicenter, you see tangled up in the seaweed and vines is what looks like an anchor. Just sort of hanging there in the center, as much as it can hang, being tightly bound in a knot of seaweed, vine, and, well, aquatic plant. as Brooke looks over the anchor, there's other details about it that seem off. Yes, all the vines and seaweed, at least on your section, seem to be connected to it. But it also appears to have the wheel of a ship. And 2 disc-like points that are shaped vaguely like eyes with predatory slats. And then suddenly the designs make a motion and shift as if it's blinking. And it looks sad. There's a ripple in the water. And the anchor shifts and moves, jerking in its binds. Unfortunately, it seems incapable of getting free.
Am I the right Jed for this?
Sun and moon.
I thought
So
so.
7.
I was like, I think it's 7.
Apparently it's top row. You went right past it.
It's so hard to tell. It's so hard to tell. Top row, went past it. Okay. Oh yeah, it's right there. So that's one of the few that are top down, actually. Oh wow, it's very big, actually. Right off the bat, it's very big. Normally these are much smaller.
What is an entire ship's anchor?
You could point. I like this Pokemon. Actually. He's really hard to grab. Okay, there we go.
Slimy.
Oh, he died. Or fell over.
Can't believe he died.
There's a lot of cool, like, ghost... There's a lot of cool Is it a poltergeist? When a ghost possesses an object? Is that what it's called?
Yep.
There's a lot of cool poltergeist Pokemon. Chandelure, for instance.
There we go. It is hard to, like, grab that. It's weird.
Yeah, you have to find just the right spot. When you remove the bases, these get a little funky to grab. That's alright.
Hey, are you okay? Burke asked, it moving towards where most of the vines are clumped together. Hold on. I'll try to get you out of it, he says, trying to untangle. Roll for me, please. You know what? A dex survival nature would be appropriate for this. You're glad you trained all day.
The fruits of my labor.
You pull and tug at the vines and knots. And while you manage to tear some free, most of them seem almost inextricably bound to this creature, this other Pokemon. And unfortunately, its own struggles seem incapable of tearing it away from the vines that are, well, generated from its own being. You hear a soft, sorrowful voice. It echoes in your mind. This Pokemon has no mouth, so it can't really speak in a traditional sense. So it seems to be speaking directly into your mind. like many psychic types, are prone to do it. It's all right. I'm here, Brooke says with a smile. Can you tell me what happened? He says soothingly, still doing his best to untangle what he... Don't remember life, friend. Not gave me a scene. Then the wheel shudders and jitters along with the anchor, and there's something of a sort of muffled metallic screeching noise as it writhes in its bonds. Hurt. Too much. Hurt. Okay, it's alright. You don't have to crawl if it's too much, Brooke says. These vines seem to be yours, though. Can you move them at all? The anchor-like Pokemon seems to shift and move slightly. The vines and seaweed beneath your grip tense. But unfortunately, you're only able to break off a couple more strands, and there are still many more left. It's progress, but it's very little. It will take you some time at this pace. Don't worry. We're making progress, Brooke smiles. I've never met a Pokemon before. What should I call you? We downlines. They not red. They make us like this. There's a deep groaning noise coming from the dock around. The vines and seaweed seem to be tensing again. Judging from the bursts of bubbles from the architecture around you, they're starting to crush the dock.
Crunch time now.
Huh?
Crunch time. Because running out of time, they're also crunching the dock. Come on.
Oh, I see. Oh, I see.
Oh, okay. When I do a bad pun, no one notices. And anyone else does a bad pun, it's the end of the world. But I see how it is.
I got it.
It's bullshit.
Sure is fun the twists and turns that D&D can have. I never thought I'd feel bad for an anchor during one of these sessions.
I mean, all I see is that such and such a friend is someone who has to go on our hit list, or at least Riley's hit list. It's a very long list.
Karserus?
Sorry.
Hello. There's a post. I just wanted to make sure you didn't miss it.
Try to relax, Brooke says, trying to rub the Dome Eyes' head, or what equates to it. I'm here to help you. I'll be your friend. Yes. No. Yes. No. Must find not friend. Stop not friend. You friend. Hurt this friend. Save dogs from not friend. But Omais seems to sag, if that's even possible, in its current situation. It goes limp in its hammock, or I suppose web, of aquatic flora, making itself an easy target. You want me to attack you? Burke asks. Who is this not friend? The Delmise strains and shakes its body until several strands along the lower end of its anchor come loose, and it begins to curl them, making a vague shape of what looks to be some sort of four-legged creature. It's very difficult to play charades when it comes to just some floating seaweed, but it's the closest approximation to anything else. Either that or it's a really screwed up E. I think I understand. I don't want to hurt you, but someone else might get hurt if I can't get you to relax, Burke says. Using what vines it has control over, it sort of makes a circular shape, in a vague approximation of some sort of face, and shakes the shape in a sort of nodding motion. Brooke, give me a cool contest. Well, it would be performed, but we'll go with cool contest. For all you're talking, you've managed to relax it somewhat. All the vines and seaweed aren't, well, wrapping as tightly around the dock, but it seems like it doesn't have full control over all of the vines and seaweed that are wrapped around the structures. Occasionally, the Delmise does wince, and it coincides with other Pokemon cutting apart vines in different places along the dock. It alleviates the problem of the dock being destroyed, but it certainly doesn't help the Delmise that much. The eye on its wheel flickers in a sort of moment of realization. Not friends say sacrifice for good of sea, for good of life, but no one to hurt. I'll be right back while Kyrio's taking.
So I was actually just kind of looking this Pokemon up because I didn't play Sun and Moon. But yeah, it seems like the seaweed's the Pokemon, and then the debris is just what it collects.
Oh. Interesting.
Yeah, look, read the Pokedex it reads. The soul of seaweed adrift in the waves became reborn as this Pokemon. It maintains itself with new infusions of seaweed, seabed detritus, and seaweed. Soul of seaweed is a pretty weird statement, but it's not just the seaweed, but the seaweed's a large part of it. After all, soul seaweed. Probably for like defensive stuff, Zach.
I'm curious as to what you all think is going on here.
What we all think.
Or what the chat all thinks. Chat's been saying a
Both.
lot, actually.
I will need to rewatch. Or join the chat.
Well, like, Gally was like, Car, why are you making me tear up? I
Oh,
felt very bad for Mr. Anchor here.
you're getting hurt the longer this takes too, Burke says. Now float over to give the dome mice a hug and smile. It'll be okay. I'm sorry this is the best I could do. Go ahead and roll accuracy for Ice Fang, just in case you crit.
Oh.
Well, it's not moving anywhere, so you do hit. Go ahead.
That's just an accuracy roll, guys. It didn't really matter. Aside for the crit. So that's kind of good that we're
Roll me
not
the
critting.
2 frozen die.
Oh yeah, Frozen. Oh.
Yeah, the second one's in theaters.
Oh my god.
Wait, what movie? I missed it. I was mentioning
Frozen
it.
2 was being mentioned.
Oh. I haven't seen it.
Actually, you also roll 2 chance dice to flinch the foe, but I don't know if that matters in this situation.
It does not matter in this situation. The frozen was the important.
And he did freeze.
The Delmise doesn't exactly have flesh in the traditional sense, but biting down on the fleshy seaweed around the anchor bit, as well as the wheel, it provides your fangs a good hold. And then frost begins to congeal around the rest of it, spreading over its physical form, and then over the vines and seaweed. At first it's rapid, but as it heads towards the extremities of the seaweed and vines that clump around the docks, the frost slows. When you pull away, the Delmise looks peaceful, locked in a slowly growing block of ice. There's a creaking, cracking, crinkling sound as vines start to break and shatter one by one. Other Pokemon have swum closer, and they're breaking the vines in order to try and deal with the problem at an accelerated rate. Brooke watches, an indecipherable expression on his face as the dome eyes freezes. Eventually, through claw, fang, and move, the Delmai's core and a large portion of the vines are carved out in a wave from the docks, causing the frozen chunk to begin to sink towards the bottom of the sea. Or the bay, as it may be. The rest of the vines, however, on your dock go limp. The vines elsewhere, connected by the interconnected net and webbing, also seem to lose much of their vitality, making for easier work for the cleanup. Several other Pokemon, some of them dock workers, swim over to Brook, congratulating him on his good thinking. Once he can't see the Delmais anymore, he just gives the other Pokemon around an empty smile. He returns to the surface. As he swims towards the light, the dimming day, up at the surface of the water, there's a soft, whispery thank you that floats up like soft bubbles from the deep. When Brook surfaces, the dock worker he'd talked to before, the girder, thanks him for his help. It's a few minutes, or rather, more than a few minutes, before the rest of the seaweed and vines are pulled away. To make up for the losses that they've had, they're gathering it up, intending to sell it to the local restaurants, or to use it for materials.
Sushi.
When the whalmer comes in, the girder reaches into a crate and presents Brook with seeds, 4 of them to be precise. Unusual, and from another continent. Imported. So hopefully there'll be a good reward. Go ahead and roll me 4 dice, please, Kyrio. When you get the chance.
Oh, not bad.
Not bad.
Oh, I need to be able to copy stuff.
Oh, so yeah. I knew there was something I forgot to do.
Hmm?
There you go. People are really concerned for the Anchor Boy.
Congratulations,
Good
Kyrio. You've successfully depressed like 25 people.
Though, considering that a damage roll wasn't done and that was a freezing effect, I imagine it will recover. Being a ghost type, it could probably just sit as a block of ice for a while and then eventually just go off.
I'm not going to determine the fate of the Delmise at this time.
Alright.
Because
that's DM shorthand
That's-
for we'll decide later if I intend to use it as a hook later.
But given it is a ghost type, I wouldn't write it off right away.
Brooke has received a sleep seed, 2 reviver seeds, and a heal seed.
I'll give Riley a reviver seed so we can do the Mightyana thing again. Have like 3 lives.
You
And
have
yes,
7.
I know Brooke's backpack doesn't have space for all that, but
Well, that would matter in the fields, not so much in town, I'd
Yeah.
say.
don't mention it, Brooke says, perhaps meaning it a bit more than the usual person. Seeds? Have you heard of a seed that might make a Pokemon go a bit crazy? Crazy. The girder scratches their head with their girder. Not that I know of. Well, maybe a move? You saying some sort of grass type could be involved in this? I'm gonna start filling out the paperwork. I found a Delmise down there. They said they were offered a seed, and that's how this happened, Brooke says. Gotta wonder if this isn't related to all those weird plant explosions in town. Docs hadn't been hit before, so I never thought of it. We're going to have to talk to law enforcement. Magnezone is going to want to know about this. I don't know what happened. Thank you. Hopefully someone can put a stop to whatever's been happening in this town lately. The girder shakes their head. It's crazy. Oh dear.
Yeah, I noticed he was having issues. I wonder how much of this is... Well, that's fine.
It's dead. It's over.
It's crazy. I mean, this is a port town that's supposed to bring new life to the Plains Colony. Let people see what's here. Take what it has to offer and bring it to places that need it. Who would want to stop that? The girder looks off in the distance, staring past several islands that are off the coast.
I'll see if I can find Kyrio. I figured he'd pop right back.
Kyrio.
Well, I have contact in multiple places, so I'll see. Pretty sure Guy has a phone and Telegram on it, so if there's some immediate issue with the internet...
Oh, he's still on Discord.
Is he?
Mm-hmm.
Discord is weird,
He's
though.
typing in Discord, actually.
Oh,
Well, he was. He's not anymore.
he tried. Oh, there he goes. Internet is kind of wonky at the moment, he says. He also can still hear us.
That's good.
Discord's like that. It's weird. Even if you get like disconnected from the universe, Discord still works. I don't know why.
We can communicate with the dead through Discord, probably.
Pretty much.
One day, echoes of ourselves will be heard throughout voice servers everywhere.
It'll be like that one Doctor Who episode. Am I alone in this?
I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember the episode, but I've only seen certain seasons.
It's the one where River Song was introduced.
Oh,
The astronauts, you know, when they die, their last words just repeat forever.
Yeah, no, I remember that now.
Oh, it's horrifying. Love that episode.
Sorry, I was commenting on the. I was busy focusing on the Twitch chat. Yeah, it is good that Kyrio heard all that. That's good. So, you know, nothing was missed. Ah, there's Kyrio. That said, could you repeat the last bit? Fair enough. Fair enough.
Essentially, the girder was just wondering aloud why stuff like this was happening in Sea Spray. Since it's a port town that's meant to bring in new people to see this place. And for it to bring in new goods, as well as take what Plains Continent has to offer and bring it to places that need it. He just can't fathom why anyone would want to attack the town. And he sort of stared off towards the sunset, past several islands that are off the coast. I can stick around and answer questions if you need me to, Burke says, not really commenting on the city's purpose. That'd be great. Thanks. Sorry if this takes a while. I know people are busy around these days. Eventually, the Magnemite, Magneton, and Magnezone come to the docks and start questioning those involved, gathering testimony and what evidence they can handle. I got nothing to do for the rest of the day, Burke says, his normal grin returning. Eventually, they do question Brooke. The simple reality is, they only have so much to go on and so many questions to ask. The fact that Delmai spoke to you, let alone of a friend as well as a seed, seems to confirm their suspicions that it is, indeed, some form of grass type that is causing these problems in town. They recognize Brooke as a pioneer. The Magnazone even comments offhand about a drunken pioneer they had to deal with the other day.
Wonder who that was.
Mystery, you may never know.
Probably no one I know. I'm pretty new, Brooke says.
We don't know him. We're not with him.
When they're convinced they have all the information available, they allow Brooke to leave and offer their sincere thanks for his help. If not for Brooke's efforts, the docks probably would have been destroyed, and it would have been a good deal of time until they could be rebuilt. When Brooke does mention that the Delmais showed him a figure as a quadruped, they take an immediate interest. It helps them narrow down the suspects, though, unfortunately, not by much, given how many quadrupeds there are in the city. Still, a lead is a lead, and it gives them more information to hand out to the citizens so that they can be on the lookout. But when all is said and done, it's late. Probably roughly time to be getting home. Well, home, air quotes, to the hotel.
Home away from home.
Yep. Alright, so... Unless Tucker stays late at his work, Tucker will probably be the first one to be home.
He'll be working he would have worked a very good shift, but probably pace himself. He didn't exactly get his mood dampened by Ralph's visit, but he's definitely got a little more, just a little more, is sensitive the right word? Basically, he was a little more stammering for the rest of the day with his other customers. What's that? He got knocked off. He got knocked off kilter. That's it. He was off kilter for the rest of the day. But yeah, he would probably end up heading back first. I mean, he was working a decently long shift all day, but yeah, seems like everybody else has much later activities they're doing. So, now this actually is probably good to do for the start of next session. Actually thought it might happen this session, but probably good for the start of next session. But remember the one thing.
Yes.
Yeah. So you know what I'm talking about. Tucker will actually elect to tuck away the outfit into his pack when he clocks out for the day this time. Because if I recall, he did have open permission to keep it on him.
Mm-hmm.
And he seems to have the intent to do something with that. But he does tuck it away quite well and puts a few things on top of it, the other items in his bag, just so it's nice and not obvious. He's not. He's clearly bashful and a bit hesitant going back to the hotel room, as he knows that Ralph is not exactly great at keeping secrets sometimes.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Sometimes Ralph is really good at secrets.
True. Tucker won't bring it up, at least not right now. But he wonders if Ralph will make it unnecessary if he does or not.
Though if I recall, Brooke has the key. So unfortunately, Tucker will be waiting at the door.
Yes.
Ralph will be next. And though Ralph has many a stimulating conversation with Mawile, eventually she has to sort of shift the conversation towards Ralph going back to the hotel because she needs to sleep. As much as she doesn't want to sleep and continue the conversation and research.
Right. Like when two nerds are just nerding it out and they're...
Oh my god.
It eventually gets to the point where she's slowly starting to try and nudge Ralph subtly towards the door.
Yeah. Well, Ralph would leave. Ralph wouldn't overstay as well. I can totally see those two accidentally making up D&D and playing.
Nerds.
Yeah.
Also, I realized when Tucker realizes that he really was the first one back, he doesn't have access to the room. He would actually probably go try to poke around for looking for Rise. Actually, at that point, not since he has something better to do.
We'll get to that.
Yes, but yes, he's not just gonna sit at the door. That'd be boring.
Riley and Lizard are next, because I assume Riley wants to train as much as possible.
Absolutely.
By the end of it, Lizard is sore and sort of floppy and limp.
I'll carry him back, it's fine.
How did their sparring go, actually, Eragon?
Fairly well. They got 3 ticks in evasion.
No, I'm specifically asking Eragon. I want to know how he trained Lizard. How did he fight with Lizard in a safe way?
I mean, we're practicing dodging, so it's just, duck and weave.
The old duck and weave.
Train the duck and weave.
Well, somebody's got to throw a punch to dodge, right?
I mean, yeah, I can do that.
But you don't want to hurt Lizard. But I'm sure Riley doesn't
not.
want to hurt Lizard, so it's probably...
Well, I'm good. I'm good at what I do.
carefully throwing.
Part of the training equipment is basically, dodgeballs.
Oh.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Now I'm just picturing a Salandit playing dodgeball. That sounds utterly adorable.
Yeah.
Because it has, it can stand on its hind legs and pick up a ball and kind of throw it at somebody and try to. Just skitter away. This is good.
Yep. Though, Ralph is going to get to the hotel and find Tucker is sort of wandering around the lobby. There is the smell of delicious food coming from the quote-unquote cafe area of the hotel.
How many meals did he say I could have? How many meals per day did this package come with?
As he squanders his meager leftover cash.
Oh gosh, yeah, he's down to petty cash now, isn't he?
I was going to say, Ralph says, his stomach willing his legs to walk towards the cafe anyway. But I can't tell if Ralph would actually do that.
Would Tucker see Ralph when Ralph sees Tucker?
Mm-hmm.
So,
You can see each other.
Uh-oh.
So, what you looking for?
Tucker...
Drop something?
Tucker kind of just stumbles in his step when he sees Ralph this evening. Looking a bit bashfully away before looking properly back at Ralph.
I'm just looking for Rise. What are you doing?
He seems kind of awkward.
Well, it's dark, so I was gonna head back to your room. But now I smell food, and
Well, it doesn't seem like Brooke's back, and he's got the key, so there's really no point going back up there.
Oh, I don't want to climb the stairs and then just have to climb back down. I don't like the stairs.
Tucker does
It occurs-
idly nod to this, considering his belly does squish against the stairs every time he uses them.
It occurs to the both of you that your respective works are rather hunger-inducing. It takes a lot of power to power a Munchlax's brain, and it takes a lot of work to walk around the cafe all day serving people and being polite, even when people are rude.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up to the cafe and see if I can like scam a meal.
Yes, seeing Ralph go for food, Tucker does kind of realize the grumbling in his own stomach is quite loud, and decides to postpone his other goal for a little bit, following behind.
Riley and Lizard.
Lizzled!
I almost sounded British for a second. Riley and Lizard come in soon after. You catch a glimpse of a familiar Poochien and a Munchlax heading their way towards the cafe section of the first floor.
I am not surprised.
You realize that you have been in a tournament all day, as well as training. Lizard, despite saying nothing, doesn't have to. Their stomach growls forth.
Well, I'm used to not eating. I gotta feed the lizard though, so I guess I gotta go feed the lizard.
Oh. Next will be Brooke, who will come in actually a relatively short while after Riley and Lizard, considering the proximity of the docks. Brooke will finally get to the hotel to see his friends heading towards the cafe.
I guess I should switch to music again. Even though we're ending session soon, obviously. But I might as well turn it to a better note. Instead of depressing. Guess I haven't really used this song that much, so... There. There we go. Oh.
Oh,
Brooke
good. He's
sighs.
pulling a Riley.
Oh. He's been through a tough thing. Be nice to the Totodile.
That's what I meant.
Brooke sighs a bit to himself, taking a moment to glance at his team heading to eat, before simply heading upstairs, alone. The room is, of course, properly locked. It's not as though it were lockpicked, or that even when you open it, there are unwanted guests inside. The room is empty, but there's clean sheets on the beds. As for the rest of you, as you make your way to the cafe, there's actually a large number of pioneers that are sitting in the cafe at the moment, despite having already expended their free day. The reason being becomes much more obvious as soon as you see into the cooking portion of the cafe.
Oh.
Oh, I know what's coming.
Yep.
Rise. With a chef hat, no less.
Yay.
Expertly commanding the expertly commanding the cafe staff on hand to do their work. To his specification, no less.
Almost sounded like you were saying cat staff, and technically that's accurate too. At this point.
Notably, there is a pile off to one side on the buffet table that is failure scraps.
Okay.
Literally food that did not meet Rise's standards that has just been piled over there. You also notice that most of the pioneers have been taking a lot of food from that section while they wait for actual food to be made.
Yeah. Yeah, Ralph is going to join them. Food is food.
I mean, Tucker's a dog, so similar line of thinking. Tucker will also follow along and notice the immediately available food as the first thing that touches his nose.
Heathens, the both of you.
Heathens.
Consider yourselves judged.
Yep. Judged. Fred,
consider people
big
eating.
difference.
You consider people eating anything to be a heathen at this point.
Hey, you're not.
Riley, eating no food. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, Ralph.
So, fed, heathen, same difference as long as you can call me. You can call me anything except late for dinner. You just don't.
I think you are late, actually.
We might be kind of late.
I think you are late.
You know, if there's still food, he's not late.
Yeah, because the food runs out after you arrive.
Who's late?
Oh man, whoever owned that restaurant. Man, whoever owned that restaurant must be just breathing a huge sigh of relief that me in the park.
Rise is just swiveling his head around, having heard the word that somebody was late, walking up and down the line. Please don't tell me the shipment of sweets is late. I was supposed to bake the sweets for tomorrow.
Don't think that's what he was referring to, but okay.
Mm-mm.
We can go ahead and blame Ralph for that, I suppose.
But Rise was not listening the entire way. That's the point. He overheard you guys saying someone was late for something. That's mostly what he heard.
Unfortunately, the only one who knows anything about that would be the guy upstairs. And he's gone, he's dead.
Oh.
He had to
He's
call him
faded
out.
from
That killed him.
existence.
That killed him.
Yeah, the call out just ended his
Actually,
life.
on the subject of sweets, hey dear,
Mm-hmm.
Butter Tart news updates?
I did not see her all day.
I'm guessing not because it was fucking Black Friday, but yeah, okay. Maybe tomorrow then.
She doesn't work weekends, so no.
Maybe Tuesday then.
Maybe.
Yeah, Ralph's gonna just pile some food from the reject pile and...
Actual dinner, by the way, looks amazing. Basically, gourmet seafood,
Ooh.
inclusive of things like seaweed wraps, because suddenly there was an influx of seaweed.
Yeah, a lot of seaweed dishes. Funny that.
Not a fan of seaweed. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, I don't know what you're talking about, dude.
I know exactly what I'm talking about. I've eaten a lot of seaweed. I'm not a fan.
I like just buying dried seaweed and eating it 'cause it's pretty good.
Go ahead. Kelly's Nutrition Center sells it.
What's that?
Kelly's Nutrition Center sells it. Go knock yourself out.
Really? Is it cheaper there than what I got last time?
I have no idea.
I'll have to check.
I don't buy it. I don't like it.
It's just a nice little salty snack.
It's,
Well.
you might as well just eat salt.
No, it's not just salt.
Yeah, it's salt on a very, very unflavorful weed.
It has plenty of flavor.
The flavor is salt.
No, it's not salt. It's salty, but it's not salt and nothing else.
It tastes like nothing but salt.
Your palate is so limited.
Rubber spat.
This is coming from you, Mr. that has mayonnaise in every single possible sandwich.
Well, you see, I'm more creative than you.
Uh-huh.
Because
You're
you're
more
like, oh,
creative.
I cannot use this on this because I am simple-minded and only use certain things on certain things.
Right. Okay, you can do the cooking then. See what you come up with.
Mayo works on anything, alright?
That's not true.
Absolutely true.
Little
Maple syrup.
Works on
Hey, look,
chocolate.
does maple syrup work on anything?
You wouldn't put maple syrup on toast.
Why not? Actually, that sounds
Yeah,
fine.
totally.
Maple syrup is just one step away from honey, Eragon.
And also, when you mention toast, I immediately think of powdered toast, which is a sweet toast. So why not maple syrup?
What the hell is powdered toast?
I don't know. I
I
don't
mean, like,
I think he means like French
Toast.
toast.
French toast.
Oh,
yeah.
French toast.
Powdered sugar,
Princess.
and like you put syrup on that too. So there you go.
Of course you do. It's also soaked in egg.
Oh, also good.
Anyway, yes, there is crisp seaweed, but there's always like sashimi, sushi, rice balls. You have no idea how rice makes the rice balls, but apparently they are in that neat little rounded triangular shape too.
Ralph picks up one of the rice balls.
All right, the jelly donut.
Is he gonna pay for that?
So far as you've seen, nobody is asking for money for whatever reason.
Huh.
Interesting.
I had to. It was too easy.
Don't look
Hey,
like
Ralph,
put
oh,
inside the
Doom
mouth,
Die.
I suppose.
I will ask the lizard what he wants.
Hey,
Oh
hey,
no.
Ralph, Doom Die.
Oh, he's dead. That's it. Poison.
Uh-oh. Tucker's also gonna go for some. Do I need to also roll Doom Die?
Yes,
Uh-oh.
Do I have to roll two? One for me and one for the lizard.
if you're getting rice balls, yes.
I mean, Tucker's getting rice balls, and Tucker is just grabbing a plate and getting a little bit of everything. So Doom Die. Oh.
Right, Riley will also get a little bit of everything, and then a second little bit of everything for the lizard. And I'll roll two separately things. This is for me.
Ralph,
This is for lizard.
your rice ball has bits of dried cooked fish in it.
Oh,
Nice.
we got the same rice ball.
Oh, you did for lizard. Okay. Tucker, your rice ball has grape jelly in it,
Oh,
Yeah.
or grape jelly.
here's a donut.
It really is a joy.
It's a donut.
While an odd palate, Tucker enjoys the sweets.
Riley, yours and lizards have effectively red bean paste in them.
Oh yeah, that's good stuff.
I'm okay with this.
That is most certainly an Asian item. I really like it. Oh, very good. I wish I could have that more often.
Red bean paste sweets are delicious.
Yes.
They're really good with green tea. Proper.
Also, thank you for the follow. I missed the name. That was very fast for some reason.
But yeah, apparently Rise making dinner means people get dinner. Regardless.
Huh. It must be a charity service in this case.
Apparently, Rise is slightly too busy to be fielding questions about it. You get the
Slightly.
feeling that he does this almost every time he's at the hotel.
Tradition. Well, Tucker stays out of his way, and of course Tucker's focused on his food, but he does keep eyeing over to Rise, seemingly having something to need that he needs later, from the looks of it. He's very, very good at hiding his intentions. But it doesn't seem terribly unfavorable intentions. He seems happy enough.
Can I do a thing once Riley and the lizard are done with their plates?
Also, since Riley and Lizard got the same roll, I'm just imagining you guys split one.
Sure, you can imagine that if you wish.
It's like a big one, just split it.
They found a lumpy ovular one, and they split it.
It's a perfect orb.
Also, yes, what would you like to do?
I would like to bring a plate up for Brooke.
Oh,
Oh wait, are any of us aware that Brooke entered and went upstairs? I just figured we were all kind of clueless to that because we were in the other room.
Well, he isn't in here though, is he?
True. So basically,
Yeah,
you're
that
getting
is
some food for you're getting some food for Brooke wherever he is because he's clearly not here.
He's not here. And it's free. Why the fuck not?
That's fair.
So I'm gonna bring him a plate of assorted knickknacks.
apparently a dish that nobody wanted was spiced mantine fins.
Well, if no
Ralph
one's
will give
touching
a
it, there's
shot.
probably a reason for that. I will leave those alone.
Ralph is gonna give it a shot.
Are
Have
manta
any of
rays
you
edible?
eaten ray?
Are rays edible? They're just, the wings are
Yes.
just big muscles, right? So I guess that'd be a pretty good bait.
I have. It's like a. They're like a big. It's like oyster, but big and flat.
Okay, I had oyster like one time. This is not too bad.
Dude, I fucking love oyster.
I can't remember if I like oyster or not. I feel like it was alright. I can't remember what it tasted like.
I have had skate before. It is tasty. They are similar to ray. As for Brooke, he flops onto his bed and stares at the ceiling. A leader has to make decisions, he says to himself, hoping to convince the knot in his stomach to go away. I assume Riley's going to knock on the door.
I mean, I can't just barge in, probably, so I'm gonna knock on the. I mean, okay, I probably could barge in, but I'm not going to. I will knock.
Aw, Riley's learned manners.
If this was the other game, he would have kicked the door down. He did do that at one point. When he could have just knocked, it was just somebody's house. The door wasn't even locked.
There
He
is
had put a door down
eventually
at one point, too.
a knock on the hotel room door for Brooke. It's Riley. Brooke takes a moment before responding. Door's open.
I shall enter the room with my plate of assorted knickknacks.
And
Riley, with his plate of assorted knickknacks, will see a Totodile laying on his bed, staring at the ceiling.
Are you contemplating your place in the universe, Brooke?
By the way, Ralph, the spiced mantine fins are tasty. You have no idea why people were avoiding.
I feel as though there's gonna be some horrible side effects.
I was quite serious when I said Tucker took a little bit of everything. That included, well, I don't know if it's possible to take a little bit of a giant mantine fin, but he'll grab a piece of Ralph's if you need to.
Well, no, it's sliced into
Oh, it is
pieces
sliced.
that are edible.
Fair enough.
It's
Yes,
not
that
a
is-
whole mantine bit.
An entire mantine.
Yeah, Tucker is very careful to actually get like at least one of everything, since there seems to be no price tag on things.
that'd be, dude. That might be if it's still shaped like the mantine. That people would probably feel awkward.
Oh my gosh.
Brooke sits up. Oh. Hey, Riley. Kinda. What's up?
I didn't see you down at the cafeteria place, and they're giving away food for free, so I brought you some. I'm gonna gesture at the plate he's holding. Question, Car.
Yes.
Can I passively sense what he is feeling or no?
Oh, that's thoughtful, Brooke says with a grin, taking the plate but not quite eating anything. Have a productive time training? Also, if you would like to, please do Insight Survival Instinct, please.
This has gone very poorly for me every other time I've done it recently, so I've got really low expectations. Oh, okay.
That's not bad. Not bad at all.
My expectations have been bested. I was expecting a 1.
They seems to have better rolls.
What is Brooke feeling right about now?
That's a good question. I hate my brain, by the way. When Riley saw that Brooke was sad entering the room, I just thought of this terrible fucking statement that could be said. Oh, why are you so blue, chum? Oh, wait, you always are.
I feel as though I have nowhere to stand there, considering that I'm also pretty much perpetually blue.
Da-boo-dee-da-boo-da.
I mean, what are the shiny versions of Totodile and Lucario? If either are green, they might die.
Oh my god.
Pot calling kettle blue.
Why am I the kettle?
Well, you do like tea.
Tea is delicious. Shut up.
He is delicious. But yeah, what is Brooke feeling right now?
Why don't we talk about the emotions you guys are feeling right now?
It's okay, Kyrio. I wasn't sure if the question came across. I know sometimes I don't come across clearly because voice.
How does shiny is greenish?
Well, if he was green, he would die. It's a good thing he's not.
Just like, is that a slightly moldy water creature then?
Moldy Totodile. You left your Totodile in the sun for too long.
Moldy dial. I should look up Science to land it.
What is shiny splendid ash? I don't know.
I merely know any shiny Pokemon colorations. I'll let you know. Oh, they're white. Oh, they look kind of cool.
It's albino.
The black is white, basically, but they keep the socks. But their feet are still black, so they have like socks on. That's really cute.
For Slandit?
Yeah, Slanted Shiny is actually a really good look for him. Some shinies are just like really boring and kind of gross and badly designed, but some of them have some work put into them.
Now I need to find a way to get a shiny Slandit.
I'll share it on the table while... Oh, the typing's done. Sorry.
Brooke is currently feeling a bit of turmoil. He's got a twinge of pride in his actions, but mostly he feels mournful of what happened and uncertain that he made the right choice, or if there was a right choice at all. In other words, conflict, self-doubt, and pride?
An interesting combination.
So unless I'm mistaken, I think the shiny Salazzle has glue in it? Maybe?
Blue?
Maybe. I can't remember.
I can't. The eyes are blue, kind of.
Ah.
Though, actually, no, it's the same as their default eyes. It's a cute look, though. I like how the black still integrates.
Something weird obviously happened to Brooke after he left the tourney grounds.
Well, to answer the original question posed, Riley will simply activate the Bone Club. I mean,
On what?
nothing. I can just conjure it up in my hand now, because I'm awesome.
Oh, that's right. You have the Aura Bone Club thing going on.
Yeah. You could say it went pretty well. So what happened to you?
Ah, wicked. Rook smiles enthusiastically, clearly at odds with what he was really feeling. Me? Not a lot. Just been kinda tired and headed to bed a bit early.
Riley's going to deactivate his thing and just look at Brooke for a moment. I know there's more to it than that. But if you don't want to talk, I understand. Probably better than anyone else around here.
Didn't know Ryolu were psychic types, Rook says, but sighs. I probably shouldn't keep it bottled up, though.
Well, it's not like I can read your thoughts, Brooke. Feelings, yeah, I can read those. As much as I really wish I couldn't around here. It's been causing me a lot more strife than anything good. But yeah, you shouldn't. You're terrible.
I'm sorry, I just saw the opportunity. No. Remember, kids, stay hydrated. I actually been drinking a lot of water today, so I'm actually doing that.
Oh, God. Why do I feel like that's something that you guys would actually try to do?
Why do you think that?
Um,
We haven't been tainted by capitalism just yet.
just yet.
And yet, your pooch is still the richest amongst all of you.
Yeah, he may have fallen to capitalism. The rest of us may not have yet. Well, I certainly haven't yet.
He's fallen
Can't
to
talk about
kid
Ralph.
symbolism.
No,
I mean,
that
I
was
was gonna
terrible.
say Tucker is the most innocent of all of you, and he has the most money. Well, okay, that's not counting Lizard, but Lizard has like no money because Lizard doesn't have the concept of it.
Speaking of innocent,
Which actually makes
Okay.
Salad a bit more innocent. Technically, Lizard's
Okay,
more innocent.
Riley, give me back my alcohol.
You're not even with
Yeah.
me anymore. Get out of here.
oh, that's right. You went upstairs.
I'm gone. Get out of here.
Yeah,
Too
he's
little,
gonna,
too
he's
late,
gonna,
buddy.
yeah, he's gonna mutter to himself.
Yeah, but Harry still has my alcohol. He's not gonna drink it. He needs to give it back to me.
I have to give it to Brooke at this, right?
That could be fun.
Oh boy, Beerus. Oh, Poizaz, I didn't even notice that comment.
Did not drink the fish cat.
Did you hear? Did you know that Vaporeon are really great businessmen? They really know how to handle liquid assets.
Can I take the meat out of the game and drink it in real life?
Don't worry, I'll just one up Poi, don't you worry. You know, Missy hated that too. Hyper, you've owned cats. You know what they you know the sort of I will hate you forever scowl they can do if you do say they don't like. You would do that. Also, Karserus?
Yep.
Yep, post.
Yes, I saw.
Okay.
It was winding up.
There.
Maybe we can find someone to help with that, Burke says. There was a disturbance down at the docks. I had to make a hard decision. Adelmize was tricked and poisoned into wrecking the docks. I couldn't save it. I had to take it out. Now I'm just trying to figure out how to cope with that.
Riley will sit on the bed next to Brooke. So even though the outcome wasn't ideal, do you think you made the right choice?
I don't know. I think I stopped the docks from falling, which could have hurt people, but Brooke says, trailing off. He sighs. I made a choice. Right or not, I did what I had to. Right?
You made the choice that you felt was best. Not that it was an easy choice to make. I understand that. When I chose to stand between Tucker and that mighty Anna, probably wasn't the right choice. I still did it because I had to do it. Even if in the end it didn't work out exactly how I wished it did. Same stuff just doesn't ever seem to when it comes to the hard choices. And that might be something we just have to live with. All I know is if I kept dwelling on it forever, I'd go insane. Just gotta keep moving forward. Past is gone and it's not coming back. There's only so much you can worry about it.
Yeah, Brooke says. You're probably right. Someone has to make the hard choices, or nothing will change, he says. Thanks, Riley. You're a good friend. Brooke picks at the plate Riley offered and starts to munch on it. Assumedly the food that's on the plate, not the plate itself.
God.
I mean, when you're a Pokemon, you can probably eat anything you want.
If you're Brooke, maybe. He's got
He's
strong jaws.
He's got strong jaws.
Riley will give Brooke a small smile and remove himself from the bed. I try. Just as you seem to be the one who has to make the hard choices, I feel it's my job to keep all of you safe. We both gotta do our roles the best we can, right?
Interesting. Leader role, guardian role.
We'll keep each other safe. We're a team. He grins. Not everyone knows the door's open. Yeah? I'll probably stay up here for now.
I'll do that. I imagine Liz getting a bit lost with me not being around. I shouldn't keep him waiting too much longer. You know where to find me, Brooke. If you need something. And he will exit the room.
I didn't realize Lizard was not there the whole time. I would have put him over here like that.
Same to you. Good night, Riley.
Good night, Brooke. Out of character, but like, it's getting late and I work tomorrow. Please. It's nearly 11.
Yeah, it's a fun fact. If you're to finally answer your question, Eragon, I'm right on 2.5 hours of sleep.
Fuck now, man.
Yeah, so I know the feeling. I actually was kind of just closing my eyes for a bit.
I think perhaps on that note, it might be good to say that eventually everyone heads to their respective rooms for the night and we can stop the session here.
Well, I agree with stopping the session. However, Tucker would not go immediately to the room. He's going to do a familiar thing that is very similar back to back in Savanta, where he's waiting for Rice to finish up the cooking session.
Oh, right. Something similar happened that time, too. In any case, we should probably end the session so people
Yes,
can sleep
agreed.
and retain their sanity.
And in the meantime, Tucker will indulge and finish his meal. That's all I have left to say for this session.
Okay.
Also, was Lizard left down in the cafeteria, by the way? Or, well... Where'd you leave Lizard, Eragon?
Lizard is probably munching on things in the cafeteria.
Okay.
And
They're
I
enjoying
believe
themselves,
Riley's...
it's fine.
Yeah, I believe Riley's gonna go down and grab them.
Yeah, I will retrieve Lizard.
Tucker will probably sidled up to Lizard while Lizard was alone. Invited him to eat with them, basically. But yes. Brooke will not really be sleeping soon, so people can talk to him if they want a next session. Okay. That's good to know. Shall we lay out some experience and call it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Brooke, I'm gonna give you like... I'm gonna give you 5 experience. Because apparently the audience really got feels and or Anchor. Unfortunately, we didn't get to do much with Tucker.
It's actually kind of a blessing in disguise, considering I have the 2.5 hours sleep, and I'm not the most... I'm definitely not at my pristine state today. It was actually just the right amount, I'd say. Also, I
We
had
will
that one
give-
session where I had like a focus the other time, or Tucker had a focus that other session a while back, so it kind of balances out.
No, thanks, you guys. I had fun making everyone sad. You sound like a DM, Kyrio.
Yeah, really though. I was not expecting to have to do a heart-to-heart with Brooke in
So,
the session.
unfortunately for now, we will give 2 XP to Tucker.
That's
I'm
fine.
sure there will be a reason for me to give more later.
That's quite fine. He made money, not experience this day. It's fine.
True, you're really rich.
Kyra, I'd probably play a game you DM'd. I feel like that would have some pretty enjoyable and lively shenanigans.
I'd firmly recommend using a microphone in that situation.
Yeah, I would recommend trying
Typing
mic.
DM descriptions will drive you mental.
Oh yeah. You absolutely
Well,
need a mic to DM.
Well, unless you do a play-by-post sort of thing, which is more casual, which is possible, it's just not for everyone.
True. Kyra has a great voice, though, so, you know, it wouldn't be a bad idea. What's everybody else's experience, then?
Riley, you get Bone Club and Evasion, so I will give you 3.
Okay.
And Ralph. As my brain tries to... Oh yes, Ralph did the map, he did the research, and decidedly put it into Mawel's head. There are ways to make tasers. I will grant Ralph 3 experience this time. Did I give you that extra tick? Yes, I did. I was smart, gave you the tick.
The tick, tick, tick.
To work on aura training.
Whatever that means.
Why did you have to say it in a way that made me laugh, Key? I'm upset that the anchor boy was just a really morbid padlock.
Oh.
What a way to put it.
That's awesome.
What a fucking way to put it. Oh, goodness me.
I look at the global chat at the main menu, and the only guy talking is a dude named Depression.
Dude, the global chat on tabletop's always a hoot.
It's a weird place.
Anywho, I'm buying
I'm saving the table. What are you doing?
a point in insight.
Okay. I'll make sure to save after you're done.
There you go.
Anybody else? I assume nobody else is fine. Alright, cool. Just want to put it out there.
What's that make my new level?
Oh, yeah, car?
Oh, I left the table. What did he grab?
Point in insight.
1 insight point. So 1 main stat, core stat point.
How many insight points do you now have?
3.
3.
Okay, then you gain 3 levels.
Blackjack. Which makes you the highest level, actually, I think.
Nice.
Yep, just barely. But you are now the highest level. You won. You won highest level reward for now.
Yay! I'm super smart.
Alright. Well, you know what this means. Boop.
Sit down and think and share and think. Cause when we use our mind.
Well then. I was wondering what moment would happen. And goodbye, music. And goodbye, rest of the debris. That was a good session. I am dead. I'm going to go to. I need to go to. So, you guys all have a good night. I'm glad you enjoyed. Next session will be not on a Friday. Sorry that this one was weird. Thanksgiving was weird. Made things weird. So, next session will be December 11th. And I will make a advance remark that it's likely that The session after next session will be postponed because it's during the Christmas week, and Eragon is going to be vacationing then. So that Pokerole session is most likely not going to happen unless we moved it. We'll talk about that as a group, like our personal group, if we want to like try to move it or something. But I think we'll probably end up just missing it, most likely. So just heads up on that. Next session's going to happen. Session after that probably is going to be missed. We'll just take a week, I guess. But yeah, good night, everybody. Glad you had fun. I'll see you tomorrow. Or no, I'll see you guys on Sunday. I'm taking a fucking break tomorrow. I'll see you guys on Sunday for either Pokemon Sword actual gameplay and not grinding for a shank because I'm done with that, or Howler for an Hour Switch. And I probably will put it to a vote Saturday night or something. So just watch out for that on my Discord channel. Anyways, yeah. Good night, everybody.
Good night.